it going away, George. We won't need bullets for these chess games. On April 3rd, the first ever Chess.com Bullet Chess Championship gets started with the first of 2 qualifiers. On Friday, we'll have a round-robin event, and all 3 of these players will join 5 of the most elite bullet players on the planet. Unofficial Bullet Chess champion Hikaru Nakamura will be defending his title versus Sergei Karyakin, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, Alexander Grishuk, and Levon Aronian. And as we said, 3 qualified players means it's anybody's game. Tune in on April 6th and 7th when this 8-player elite bracket goes down, and join us for live commentary at twitch.tv/chess, chess.com TV, and everywhere tickets are sold. Be there. We're back with the 2019, the first ever Bullet Chess Championship. It's Sunday, Championship Sunday. It's where dreams come true and others are shattered. Robert Hess, you're back. You're with me. You look good today.
You know, this has been such a wild affair that I've had to have my hair go crazy. Like, it's not even my choice anymore. Like, my heart is hurting, my head is pounding, and my hair is just doing all sorts of things I can't control.
Well, and we caught a few of those moments on camera yesterday. Shout out to, I think it was user Crafty Raph, both on Twitch and Twitter, who threw us a collage of some of the funniest moments. And for those of you who are subscribers to the Twitch channel, you can see some of our new favorite captures of Robert Hess facial expressions. But you know, let it be known that they can be used, and let's let everybody know what we're about to do today and where we currently stand in the event. The bracket has us with the championship match between Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura and Alexander Bortnik. I don't know that we could have outlined 2 different paths to the championship, right? One player who was seeded as the 1 seed overall and everybody's pre-tournament favorite, and somebody who really only got into the final and 3rd qualifier on Friday because of a wild card from us, but has proven that we made the right decision as he lands himself here. And what are your thoughts on what's going to happen in the championship later today?
Well, it's got to be all Nakamura from my point of view, but Bortnik certainly has a chance, especially if he can continue swindling his opponents. We saw in the first matchup between Nakamura and Alireza Firouzja that Nakamura got winning position after winning position in the early games, and yet he was down a couple games with several minutes to spare. So, it is a tough battle. We'll see Bortnik play some great bullet chess, and I'm really excited for that matchup.
Yep. But first up, and starting here in just about 10 minutes, actually, will be the consolation match between Grandmasters Levon Aronian and Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. And in that consolation match, we will have the debut of our new format, which is where wins count as points. You have to win a game to earn a point, and you need 6 games to win a set. So 6 game points win a set. And a set has to be won by 2 games. So those of you who follow tennis, even if you don't follow tennis, this is pretty much well known as a format that has been standardized in tennis for years, if not centuries. And it'll be interesting to see how that changes some of the tempo, some of the flavor of these matches, whether it prevents somebody from running away with it or helps somebody to avoid full tilt, Robert. It'll be interesting to see. The 3rd place match is only a best of 3 set series before we get into the championship, where Nakamura and Bortnik will play a best of 5. So I'm pretty excited to see what happens in the format here today, and whether that changes things at all for our players. We've got them with us, Grandmaster Levon Aronian and Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. They look to be on slightly more stable internet connections, playing from different places than they did yesterday, as they played from the hotel after being on the same team in the Bundesliga. They have now both traveled and moved on, and apparently caught some allergies along the way.
Yep.
And we're here and ready to rock.
Yeah, and it's excuse me, it'll be fun to see this matchup because they're 2 very good friends, and they have a great time kind of ribbing each other, giving each other a little bit of flack, but they respect each other's game so much. They don't respect my game. I mean, that much is made clear behind the scenes.
I'm so glad that people don't get to see the off-camera fodder to a degree, because I've never seen somebody just destroy you like Levon does.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it. Because I know deep down, somewhere very, very deep down, Levon has a tiny ounce, a semblance of respect for me.
Yeah. Well, sometimes he lets it slip out, like accidentally.
Yeah, he does.
But for the most part, he
It
He's a great trash talker. We'll see if he can
hurts.
have the bullet the bullet skills to back up his trash talk today. I'm going to save that last position I just showed for a little bit later when we do some of our pregame for the finals and bring up a blank analysis for it. I don't want anybody seeing the content I prepared. I've been here since 7:30 a.m. I'm on my third cup of coffee, and we looked at a lot. So Robert, what do we expect in this match here between Levon and Maxime? Both these guys fell in the semifinals. Levon in a little bit, I guess, harsher fashion, if you want to say. But then again, he was playing Hikaru. Maxime, in many ways, at least to me, was the favorite over Bortnik and actually led that match by a game with about 7 minutes to go until Bortnik just ran away with it. He was up 10.5, 9.5, that being MVL, and then ultimately lost by a total score of 15.5. So, what are your thoughts on who the favorite here is between these two, and what do you expect to go down?
Well, I have great respect for both of these players, even if they don't always have great respect for me. But I think that MVL will gain many, many rating points from this matchup. So let's put it that way.
You
And
do.
they can trash talk me in the little chat here. They can give me some flack, but I think MVL's taking this one.
Okay. Well, it'll be interesting to see whether Levon can show that the landslide that ran away from him yesterday against Hikaru Nakamura will not be the case here. I think it's going to be closer than people think. I think MBL is the favorite. I expected him to honestly be in the finals against Hikaru later today, so I'm surprised that he's actually in the semifinals here. So I'm not going to disagree in terms of the favorite, but I think the format and the fact that again this is going to be something new and different that prevents the bullet tilt, which we all know can be real, from happening. And for those of you just getting here, let's actually bring up the format one more time because that's why you see the scoreboard in front of you the way it is, organized by game points and then sets. That's because that again, there'll be a different tempo here. Of course, they're not going to be racing against an over counting down clock like we have in the Speed Chess Championship or like we had yesterday. They'll be playing one set at a time, right? And I think that helps the underdog. I think Hikaru was right when he said that it probably doesn't really matter for the person who's the favorite. For the most part, they should be the favorite regardless of the format. But I think it prevents the underdog from really going on tilt if they do lose a few games in a row. Shout out to our last subscriber there, Go Savage there, 3 months. Thank you for your support. And Robert, we'll see what you think about that. But I'm going to say that's going to help Levon in the match against Maxime.
I agree with you. I think it's very interesting just in general to have this sort of tennis format because typically when you lose several games in a row, you just lose the match, right? Like if you lose 5 games in a row, it's just over. But here, if you lose 5 games in a row, you're only losing one of the sets. And then you could actually gather yourself and then rebound in the second set. So I really like this format. I'm very interested to see how it plays out. But I do think that it helps. Well, you said it helps Levon in this case. I think that in general, it helps the player who we think is the underdog in the matchup.
Right. Yeah, and we still have a few more minutes actually here in regards to things. So nice to have the players with us, and nice that we're already getting subscribers. 1,100 of you with us, and we haven't even said go yet. So this is a lot of fun. Thanks for spending your Sunday with us. This is church for many people, right? Twitch church. I like to think.
Twitch church. I don't want to get
A
involved.
lot of enlightened things happen on Twitch, wouldn't you say?
This is just you're getting you're I don't want to get involved.
Well, we've got a lot of subscribers coming in here as we double up on that action, but just want to say thank you to everybody that's been with us all week. Honestly, Robert, this whole journey is going to be coming to a close today, and in many ways today will be the shortest day we've had, right? We had qualifiers on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, and then yesterday I don't think we could have asked for a more exciting matches that started things off with Nakamura and Furusha, and nothing disappointed us about yesterday. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that's with us already, and as you tune in, again, we appreciate that. The Bullet Chess Championship seems like a thing that's going to be here to stay. People seem to like this one. I think it was a hit.
It's definitely been a hit, Danny, and I can't wait for it to be over because then I can finally get my hair cut because I'm contractually obligated to keep the wild grizzly man look until the Bullet Chess Championship is over. So as soon as
That's
this
right.
is
In
done,
fact, even our CEO reached out to Robert yesterday and said, Robert, I love how crazy you look.
Yeah, I mean, I
So
just look like a
funny.
wild man. Like this, I haven't had a beard this long since I don't know. I was like, I first grew a beard and was too lazy to shave.
Yeah.
But it's been a while.
Well, and we've got Maxime who owes me a shave, by the way.
That is true.
Yeah, he does. He does. He owes me a shave. Well, we have a few more minutes here to before we get started. Let's remind everybody of everything that's going to be going on chess.com and in the general world of chess esports here over the next few months. The Speed Chess Championship is going to be getting started in May. It kicks off on May 8th with the qualifier hosted by Sopoko Giramashvili and Anna Rudolph. Can't wait for that event. Really, really excited for the Women's Speed Chess Championship to kick off the SCC season, if you will. The Junior Speed Chess Championship will be starting not too far after that, and then of course the main event. But also over the summer, as if you didn't have enough chess to watch, we have the Pro Chess League Summer Series. This is an event that I think is really going to be a game changer. It'll be the first time, Robert, that we've really involved fans in a prize money event like this. $25,000 in prizes is a lot, and it's going to be all going on at twitch.tv/Pro Chess League. So head over there, give that channel a follow, and look for some commentary every week in a roughly probably I think 4-hour event that's going to have fans pair up with their favorite teams. Speaking of fans and their favorite teams, the Pro Chess League finals will take place May 4th and 5th. Tickets are on sale. You can go to twitch.tv/Pro Chess League to follow the main channel, but also go to prochessleague.com to get your tickets. Robert. Tickets are selling, and we plan to sell this thing out. I'll be honestly pretty surprised if it doesn't, but it's not sold out yet, so people still have an opportunity to do it. Lucky for you, I have a VIP commentary badge waiting for you. Otherwise, you would buy one, right?
I would be offended if I didn't have a VIP badge, but yes, of course I would. And I'm trying to actually get my brother to come out to San Francisco to join us. So hopefully it doesn't sell out before then, because then otherwise he's just SOL, as they say.
Just a bystander. SOL at the PCL, right?
Yep.
Hashtag former life. Anyway, we've got the Pro Chess League finals. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that. Going to be seeing so many people there live. But in probably about 60 seconds, the games will get underway. Shout out to Helms Night. Thank you, Grace, who just gave us a big raid, a party of 100. 100 just joined us. If you were watching twitch.tv/Helms Night, you were watching some variant chess, most likely, as she's kind of the Bughouse Queen. Now you're going to watch some bullet chess. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking with us. 1,500 of you with us already, and the show hasn't even begun. So I think that proves that people are excited for this. Look at these two guys. These are a couple of good-looking guys, I think. Besides the beard that Maxime owes me, that needs to get off of his face. That's right. You give me thumbs down if you want, all right? But you're shaving that face later. You are shaving that face.
This feels. He
No
does
more talk needed because the games are officially underway. It is 10 a.m. and here we go, Robert. Another Bullet Chess Championship match.
I don't know if I can handle this, Danny. I'm really trying. I'm holding my head here. I'm nervous, but okay. We have a bishop before check. You block it. You can castle as black, but look at White's large center. And that center is either overextended or going to help White win this game, because look at the h7 pawn, right? White is aiming towards the king side. Black is trying to queen f4 here. Bishop h7 check wins the queen. Watch out.
Yep, bishop takes h was a threat. Now the question is White just going to sack the exchange and go all in with something like knight g5? You know that's what I would do without question.
I would do it in a
Oh,
heartbeat.
he doesn't do it. Come on, Maxime. Sack the exchange.
Now
he might regret it, actually. Guess who's up on time right now? A little bit of a surprise.
Whoa.
Bishop takes h7 with queen e4 check, picks up the loose pony.
King h8, where are you going to go? Ooh, okay.
Maybe he should have played king h8.
Queen g6.
But queen g6 just wins a piece. Blunders all around by Maxime right now.
Lev is
I think he should have gone for that exchange sack we highlighted earlier. And,
Lev was upset with me, Danny.
Lev was upset with you talking trash with him, so now he's motivated, you think?
Exactly. I think I motivated him.
Yeah, well, I couldn't disagree. And he is now up a game. And again, remember everybody, at 6 games, wins a set. Those asking in the chat, well, then how long does the match go? Well, one of the most exciting things about high-level tennis, tennis, 40th slip.
Whoa.
It's a tennis match.
Yeah,
Our next concept is tennis. One of the best things about tennis is that you don't know what you're in for, because you have to win by 2. And if you can't win a set by 2, guess what?
You're,
You got to
you're,
keep playing.
you keep going.
You hear all day. This is Lionel Richie's favorite kind of chess. That's going all night long. All right.
Don't say that to me, Danny. Come on,
We got
man.
A3 coming. Yeah, put that bishop on A2.
Uh-oh. Go to
Levon.
B1. I dare you. Oh, come on. I want to go to B1 and play
Yeah,
C4.
these guys are not bringing the heat that we want to see. But um, with Maxime falling a game behind here
All right.
in this first set, he's already putting himself in a position he has to come back. Remember, everybody, a draw counts for nil. Okay, it
Yep.
counts for nil in tennis.
Which is actually probably a pretty decent result for MVL here because he
Yep.
lost the first game. He'll get white again. So
Now he's got black, but he's up 10 seconds, and B2's a problem. You can't defend it with the rook without C2 falling. So I think Maxime is actually in good shape to level the score right away here.
I agree with you. That now the E3 pawn's a problem as well. If you go Queen E2, then you're right, Dan. Queen takes B2, hangs the pawn. Then A3 and C2 are coming next, and this looks. Oh, okay. He gets
I like
E6.
rook takes C2 to open.
Oh,
Look
Queen
at this.
A2
He's got
check.
a rook.
Queen
Queen
A2
A2 check, picks up a rook, and don't you forget it. Levon resigns, and we have an even set. Dude, I am drinking way too much coffee or I am loving my job way too much. One of those things has to be true. Maybe
I think both. Definitely both. Because this is a lot of fun. I'm having a great time. I messaged you this yesterday, Danny. You know how hard I am on you, but this has been so fun for me. And
I'm so glad that you admitted that. It's been a lot for you to even admit that. Thank you.
I mean, publicly, especially. You know me. I'm always trying to make it as hard on you as possible to make people think that.
I even got Eric to share some emotional feelings, which the chess bras don't do well, or Canadians in general, but especially the chess bras. So I mean, even that was huge yesterday. Eric admitted that he loved me.
Oh,
so
it's so
Knight's
adorable.
coming to C5, and I love White's position.
Yeah, I mean, look at this whole space.
Okay, but Levon is keeping pace on the clock. That's something I'm going to be just observing all day because of how badly Levon got destroyed against Hikaru. I'm going to see whether Levon can keep pace with Maxime on the clock.
Yeah, our view of his speed is a little bit tainted because anyone against Hikaru looks a bit slow, except for Alireza Firouzja, who kept very well on the clock yesterday. But here, Leon Beast is trying to use this C file to his advantage. Watch out. The A8, H1 diagonal. If the queen can line up with that bishop, they're going to be meeting threats. But here comes Queen C7. Trade those queens immediately. No checkmates for you.
Yep.
And the rook can still do the honors, right? If the rook came to D1, but of course, that's not going to be possible now.
I think that knight E3 is an irritating move, but the key is that the knight guards the D2 square. So you could have even played rook E3 if you wanted to get rid of that pony. But Maxime is trying for more. He's going to force the bishop off the board. Okay. It's hard to tell who's better, but I have to like Levon's chances, even with just a 3-second time advantage. 3 seconds is better than none. I'm liking Levon.
He's rook D3.
Rook D3 and knight D2 were both. Look at Levon playing fast and winning on the board, showing that he can compete with Maxime and Bullet.
They're going to make a draw now. Well, flag him, Levon.
Flag him. Levon, be ruthless. Oh, Levon, that's the problem, dude.
You're too nice of a guy.
You can't be good at Bullet unless you're a ruthless shenaniganizer.
Shenaniganizer.
If you're not bringing out the OMGs or snap emote, then you're not making me happy with your Bullet chess.
But H7. Giving up H7 here feels a little risky, especially for Bullet chess. I think objectively it's fine for black, but in Bullet chess without that H pawn, you're always worried you're gonna get mated.
Yep.
So knight G5.
Shout out to Diamond member Pino724 who says he's at work. You're at work on a Sunday, and you're tuning in.
I mean, I'm at work on a Sunday. You're at work on a Sunday.
I mean, hey, you're special here. Okay, move the bishop to E. Ooh, I think E3 was a little. Oh no, but he's fighting for the B file. I like F4.
Rook B7.
Look at Levon's instincts.
Well, he should put his rook on
he's up on the clock and just doing just fine.
Yep, but check and take on A2.
Yeah, okay, which is more valuable, F7 or A7? He's going to take F7, and he has rook C7 coming back. Okay, now he'll make a big trade.
Oh, I thought he was going King E4 first.
Yeah, King E4 was better. You're right, dude.
Oh, take on E5. Look, he's up a pawn.
Yeah, in fact, and you might even be able to bring the king shielded by the G pawn up to G6 and have mating tricks. In fact, here he goes. I like it. Bring the king all the way. Yeah, King H5, G4. Okay, there's no way that white loses this game, and black knows it, so he just abandons the C pawn to simplify.
Yep, but flag him. You're up 8 seconds, you're up a pawn.
Yep. This is where the best Bullet players earn their stripes, and it sounds Sounds horrible to say, but a coming of age in Bullet is ruthlessly flagging somebody with no winning chances.
Yep.
That's part of the experience.
Yep. And this is a draw theoretically, and the reason why is the king can't
Okay,
infiltrate. But just play on. Flag
play
him.
on,
Flag him.
right? Carry
Go,
on, play
just go
on.
G7. Go G7 at some moment.
G7 at some point, but no, play tickle as long as you can. Nothing wrong with
That's
a little
true.
game of tickle.
That's
Ah,
true. He's up a
Maxime
couple
should have
seconds
just
here.
Maxime should have simplified to the king and pawn ending. All right,
Look,
should be good enough. Good enough
Ricky's
for a draw.
it's funny. He declined a draw, then he offered a draw again.
Yeah, but that happens sometimes when you're moving so fast you don't even see it. The nice thing about this is, guess what? We've been entertained by 4 games now, but guess what? There's only 2 game points. Draws don't mean anything. People said for so many years, how can you make chess better? How can we eliminate the draw? Well, guess what? The Chennis format has done it. We have finally cracked the code to eliminating the draw from chess. The Chennis format.
Yeah, and it's nobody minds draws when they're fighting games like the ones we've seen,
Yep.
of course.
Yeah, because
So
there's nothing wrong with a draw as long as you entertained us, you educated us. Good. Some of the best chess in history is leading to peaceful results, right? Hashtag
absolutely,
the 2018 World Chess Championship.
yeah, that was definitely true. And really, the draw offer is a killer here. But I like White's position. I like what Leon Beast is doing. Ooh, Bishop D3, take G6, take H5.
Yep.
Start gobbling up some pawns here. Queen C6. All right, Queen C6. I thought would have just spy the C3 pawn. Instead, he goes Queen E6. Now Rook E1 with a no real threat though, right? Knight F5 hangs the bishop on G6, so he goes D5, and now the
Yeah.
C3 pawn is feeling weak and
Sorry,
vulnerable.
Zilabus. I have the microphone and you don't. So I name it Chennis, not Tess, and I win. Okay? Sorry, that's just how it works, man. It is Chennis. Plus, Chennis sounds a little more like chess, so unfortunately, I'm going to overrule you on that one. Love you, though. Thank you for the sub.
Oh, Knight takes F3.
The rookie 2. Rookie 8. I love that. G2 is mate, and watch out for tactics on F3. Uh-oh, here they. I just said it. Is it
But
coming?
nope, Knight F3,
Can't.
Rook F3, and the Rook on
Rook
E8.
F3 and E8 hangs with check.
So now Knight F3. Oh,
Knight H3 and Queen H4, but whose H file is going to be more of a
Rook
problem?
F3,
Yeah.
Rook F3, Rook E1 mate
Rook
coming.
F3 and
Rook
Rookie
E1,
1 is mate.
Yep. So here
Queen
Rook,
E2 stops it, but Rookie 1 still wins the queen.
bam. But then King G2 wins. Queen E4 check wins one of the knights.
Queen E4 check would have won the knight, but this also looks like it works. No, maybe it doesn't. You got to be super
King
careful
G4.
here. Only
Queen-
8 seconds for
Take
white.
G5. Yep. Just keep going. Move the queen as many times as possible. Just pre-move it. I really am not certain about Lev's pre-move.
Yeah, I don't know how Levon handles some of these blitz scrambles. Plus, the knight is such a tricky piece.
Yep.
Makes you think that there's going to be some sort of trick here. In fact, here comes Maxime. He's about to flag Levon with the knight, with
Just
the checks.
Oh!
Oh, a game he had no business losing on the board, but every opportunity to lose it. Again, that rook and knight is just such a devious little setup, and that knight on f3, everybody was blocking checks by the queen on both e1 and g1, and it just made Lev's ability to pre-move so difficult.
Yeah, that's a dirty flag.
Yep,
And Lev was
dirty
up on the
flag.
clock too. Lev has been doing amazingly well on the clock, but we
Yep.
saw this with was it Grishuk against Bortnik? One of the matches where one of the sides was up on the clock early, but when it came down to the wire, was just not playing quickly enough.
Yep.
And that's going to be a big problem because really, oftentimes these games are decided when there are 4 seconds remaining, not when there are 50 seconds remaining. So, right now Lev is up 7 seconds on the clock, but Maxime has shown great mouse skills and mouse speed when it's down to the wire. Watch out, the pin on the D file looks disastrous, but
again, isn't a big part of that also intuition? Like over time, if you get that time edge and you're clearly playing good enough, because on the board Levon has not had problems, right? He's had good positions.
Right.
It's just a matter of habit that you keep that time edge. You have to keep pushing yourself to make faster moves so that you can not find yourself in a scramble. You know?
No, you're absolutely right.
And right now Levon is once again winning on the board. I mean, he's outplayed Maxime if you're talking the X's and O's of chess today.
Yep. But we're not talking the X and O's in chess. We're talking about Chennis. So
We're talking about Chennis, and that means you have to win 6 games to win a set. Reminder, everybody, that this is a new format for the first time. It will also be the format later on today in the championship between Nakamura and Bortnik. So very excited to see what these players can give us in terms of a thrilling show, a thrilling match.
Yep.
So again, Levon in a great spot. You just got to keep playing fast. And the queen should just dominate a rook and bishop in this sort of a5. Oh, he didn't see it. a5 was even better, I think. but
Bishop
this will
d6
work.
check. Watch out for the king, though. Rook e2, bishop f4 check ideas.
Bishop f4, king f2. The rook's going to bring itself to the second.
Here it comes. Take
Uh-oh.
a g3 check.
Uh-oh.
Move your rook away
Levon is
somewhere.
getting himself in trouble. This is where Maxime.
King g6. Just bring the king to g6. There it is. Now you can start using your second bishop. Play
for the light squares.
Maybe you should just roll the a pawn. Like maybe you could have just done that.
Yeah, I think you've got to push faster. Right now we're going to be in another time scramble where Maxime has won every one of those crazy moments so far.
a7.
He wins a6 with check. The king is getting itself in trouble, and Maxime again just flags Lev ruthlessly. I mean, I know I shouldn't smile when I say that someone just did something wrong, but again, if flagging Lev is wrong, I don't want to be right. That just feels so good to see Levon get flagged. No, I'm kidding.
You're not kidding at all, and I know it.
It's just like, you know when you say something that sounds dirty, but you can't help but smile?
Yeah. No, I mean, the schadenfreude is real here. And it's just like, Lev is, he's a jokester, right? So he dishes it out. He'll have to be able to take it. And right now, he's taking all the punches he can handle from Leon Beast, Maxime Vacher-Lagrave, because he's just faster. NVL is faster when it matters. And I guess it goes to show that, jumping out to a 5-second head start isn't going to win you the bullet games.
No, totally. Not only that, being up on the chess, right? The games have favored Levon several times when that time scramble first ensued, everybody, but it hasn't stopped Maxime from using tricks and swindling his way toward beating Levon on time.
But another great position for Levon here. He's up a pawn.
A pawn. Okay, the knight is strong, but again, e5 is a super weak pawn here.
Here comes a knight to e4.
I love it. I mean, Levon is playing some great chess right now, but winning the scramble matters most in bullet.
Yep. Oh, it's free pawn. That pawn was hanging. He blundered it.
No, but he has tricks.
Oh,
yeah.
But f5.
Oh, the knight hangs with check.
Oh, rook takes d5 here. This is like the way you start blundering.
And bishop takes c4. Leon Beast is turning it around.
Yep. Look at the king on b8. Not very safe if their bishop lands at d5.
Opscode bishop positions favor the first person to get the initiative in the attack and look for these light squares to become a problem. Yep.
And the extra pawn is
and he blunders with queen b6. I was just about to say bishop d5 pins the bishop on the 7th rank and Levon blunders with queen to b6. The tactics on b7 would have won the game. And this is where Maxime is finding himself in the lead. He is 2 game points away from winning the first set right now with a score of 4-1.
Yeah. It's got to be frustrating for Levon, who's gotten many good positions here.
Yep.
He's had many great positions. And
I cannot wait to see Maxime shave right now.
I can't wait to see myself shave, if I'm being honest with you. I'm so excited. Like, I've been keeping this just for, like, posterity here and just like, oh, let me keep it for the Bullet Chess Championship.
Right.
But
the homeless look is suiting you for this show.
I'm so ready. I'm so ready. And I don't think you're ready.
I'm not ready for that, Jelly. I am ready for Levon to get a game here, though. I mean, again, reminder everybody that at every set completion, there will be a small break, allowing the players to kind of take a quick breath, right, restart, and that's the idea of the format, is that, yes, of course, winning chess games still matters most in tennis, but you have to do them in groups, right? And even if we see Levon falling way down here, everything resets. The grudge score resets. Everything goes back to 0 in the second set. So there's always the potential to make a comeback.
Yep. And I actually like Levon's position here in this game. And it's still plenty of time, right? Because draws don't count towards the match score. So if he just can win this game, draw a couple, win another game, he could pull off Kasparov-Karpov, right? Just, go down 5 points and then make your way back.
Comeback. There you go.
Wait, there's a problem with b2 now, and that's a pass b pawn. But the king side is weak for black here. Ooh, nice move. Bishop a3. I didn't even see that coming.
I love that. And the b pawn is pushing, baby. Pushing, baby.
Yep.
b1.
There's
knight a3. He finds another move that does the same idea. Move the knight with tempo, and then you get a queen.
Bishop a2. You forgot about it.
Knight e3 was better. He had knight e3, though.
Oh, he got him back rank mate.
Still gets the second lady.
Nice.
Oh, man. Baby girl Brittany on b1. She joined the party.
Did she do it again?
You know what? Oops, she did it again. Brittany on b1. There you go.
Your singing is toxic.
Oh, you went full Britney Spears. Don't cry me a river, because this relationship is over.
Whoa.
Oh,
Is our chess analysis also over? Because I feel like once we go full Brittany, we're never coming back.
you're bringing Chessie back right now. All right, here we go. Focus,
Oh man.
Robert,
Well, you're
because
driving me crazy. You just can't
Levon
see
is
that the
now
knight on
up against
d6
it.
is going to help cover all the central squares.
Um, the Okay, it's a must-win situation for the first time in today's match. Levon down 5-1 in the first set. The comeback starts now, or he has to hope to turn things around in the second set of games. So,
Danny,
yep,
I'm not going to lie to you. Oh wait, pawn takes c4 doesn't that? Oh, 95, nice. That's covers because cb3 knight c6.
yeah.
Oh, renegade queen. Sacking on
A5. I like it though. Levon is still in trouble despite the renegade queen. You have to like that b3 pawn's weak. He's gonna go gobble it up.
Oh, but what I was going to say, Danny, is when a
Yep.
pawn's about to promote, I'm shocked you've never said, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. Like we're on this Britney Spears flow, and
Right.
the perfect thing to
Seriously, that is an epic fail by me. You're right. I've said a lot of inappropriate things about what happens when a pawn becomes a woman. But you're right. I've failed in that department.
Uh-oh, what's going on in this end game?
A
All the
pawn.
pawns are hanging.
That's what's
Every
going
single
on.
pawn is hanging. So, so we're gonna have
I think maybe a6 a7 was actually better for Maxime than the way he handled it. And for the first time in a long time, Levon is actually up on the clock here.
take a5.
Rook h5. Oh, rook g5 check. That's a nice way to gain a little bit of time on the clock. I like it.
We'll take f2.
He's checking too far. No, he's not.
He's putting the
Look
rook
at
behind the pawn.
Levon surprising
King c3.
Maxime
Yeah.
with the approach here, and he might actually get a win on the clock. At the very least, if he draws, the set continues.
King c1. Okay, that king
c1
c2
or king c2. Do you go get a queen or do you just flag?
No, you
Maxime?
play rook c2. Rook c2.
Rook c2 wins if you just get a queen. Don't perpetual.
Oh, what a mistake!
Why did Maxime do that?
Why did Maxime get
Maxime should have just taken the draw. That made no sense.
Wow.
I think Levon misplayed it from a bullet strategy point of view. He should have played rook c2 and allowed the queen because he would have flagged Maxime. If Maxime had pressed draw there, had they repeated the position 3 times? I think they did.
They probably had, yeah.
So that was just a huge bullet match strategy blunder by Maxime, although he's still in a commanding position here in the first set.
And I see National Master Tony Chess 32 saying, nice, let's go Aronian in the game chat. So people are picking their sides here. And then it used to be GM goes, MVL will end this now. Sounds so the finality of that statement is just so harsh. But okay, right here, the dark squares, Danny. What do you think? Queen h4? Oh, I thought Queen h4 first.
Yeah, Queen h4 first.
Squares.
Probably, but you don't sleep on an idea where the queen goes to g7 and into e5. Okay, now you've prevented that, but d4 is always a target if you're not careful here.
Queen f4 check. Oh, okay. I thought Queen f4
check would have won the d pawn. I think you're right, but again, look out for Queen g7, a little sneaky move that sometimes causes real problems.
And Queen f6 took care of that. But look at the queen side situation. White's pawn structure is worse with the double pawns, but in an attacking situation, you
and
can
the
put
d pawn's
a6.
Problem.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I think Levon is worse here on the board, but now he's up on the clock, and this is what Maxime hasn't really fixed yet. I know Maxime is up 5-2, but overall Levon has had time edges in the middle game.
Yeah, but now he's a losing position.
Now he's just losing, and probably the first set is falling with it. Although, let's not sleep on the clock.
Oh, you're right. I stopped
Levon
noticing
still
that.
has opportunities, and a draw doesn't kill his chances of a comeback.
Nope, just keep going. Just don't resign.
Keep going. Move the king. Pre-move it. Uh-oh. Dirty Daryl. We're going dirty dancing on D1.
Yep. And Patrick
and that's it. That's it. We have the first set in the books, and we will. I believe. No, are we continuing, or do we tell them to? I think we abort. We tell them to take a couple-minute break. The first set is in the books. We will let the players know that they now have an opportunity to collect themselves before the next set begins. And Robert, we now have our first ever tennis set. Historical right there. And I think we're going to take our first break and come right back for the second set. See if Levon can change the momentum now that the score is back to 0 with a fresh set of games here in the Tennis Bullet Chess Championship. next set of games will get underway here in just a few moments. So thank you for sticking with us. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be all tennis all day in the Bullet Chess Championship. Again, jokes aside, combining those two words, it is a format that combines some of the best aspects that keep tennis exciting. Is that even if Roger Federer falls down 2 sets to 0, he can always come back if he does prove he's the better player. And that's the idea of this format here. As we move into our second set, the games will get started here in just a moment. And we love that the logo's been updated there by our producer here in Studio C. Fun stuff here, and again, I think it's an interesting format. We'll see if Levon can prove that the tempo change actually is a real thing. He
Yep.
did play well in that first set, Robert. In many ways, Levon outplayed Maxime, just lost the bullet battle.
Yeah, and it's why in this sort of setup here, when you have a set to recover, Chendis can be the menace, and we'll see if
Right.
Levon can make MVL's life a little bit more difficult. Because what it was like 6-2, when you jump out to that kind of lead, you're like, okay, I'm going to win this match for sure, but
Right.
not so fast. Now
Not
that
so fast.
fresh slate, yes, MVL's essentially up one set, and that gives Levon a fighting chance. Look at him go with the B4.
Yep.
That queen side, bishop b5 next. How do you protect your knight? You have to go c3. And now your knight's trapped over here. So can I go rook a6 for queen a8? Okay, he goes directly for queen a5 because maybe that knight's not being able to be defended anyway.
It's a good spot though for Levon, and again, he's up on the clock.
Take c3. That's a pawn.
Take c3, just win that pawn. Maybe sack her, or
Ooh.
just trade on a1 and then focus on the b pawn. Right, bishop d3, bring the rook to b8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, actually it's a really irritating move. This rook
this-
a7.
This is a Benko where black's no longer down a pawn and just looking frisky in the center.
Right. The bishop will come to d3 in just a moment with a double attack. In fact, that's why Maxime defends e4, but he has to retreat. So again, as Robert said, this is a Benko with black not having the pawn problems, not down a pawn. Sometimes black has endgames like this, and white has an a pawn, and black is still okay. So, all right, but now you got to give credit to Maxime.
But yeah, look at the light square control, though, right? That's the thing. When you're knight against a bishop, you need to keep your knight at some outposts. But g4 is a nice move. Kicking the knight from is very good score. Rook a7 followed by d6 is about,
Here comes the rook to e3, I think, to prevent that exact idea. Then rook e4. Ooh, I thought rook e4 was better. I think it was.
Oh,
and now he's blundering.
Yeah,
Levon is giving the game away. Rook e4 was much better.
There's no time.
Wow.
Either. No time.
And not a good start to this second set for Maxime. And still in a good shape off and on the board, but that's where Bullet proves itself. When the gloves come off, right?
Yep.
You got to be able to stay on the board tactically with no time to think. And that's what, frankly, Hikaru Nakamura, Maxime, who I expect to be in the final, guys like that do better than everybody in the world. So,
yeah, watch out for this kingside attack. This is also scary. If you play this in classical chess, you know that Maxime would shrug it off and be like, what is this? Come on, poof. But here in bullet chess, you always need to worry about sacrifice on g5 because you don't have time to calculate your king's safety. And that's really a problem. But now Maxime seems to have safened up his king side. He trades some pieces. The knight e4 is excellent.
Look at that queen a6 slide. That prevented castles and hit a2, everybody. And Maxime has stolen a pawn.
Yep.
Like a thief.
In the night.
He'll play e6 and put the bishop on f8 to dislodge that rook. The question is, can he do it fast enough? I like this move.
Yep.
I like this move.
And knight c4 is coming. Or take an
e4 is falling.
Oh!
Ooh, why d5? E5 falls now.
Because I guess he wanted to pass pawn by taking on c6.
I think he should have just gobbled e4 and stuck with his bind. But all right, I could be wrong. Levon's still going to win c6. You're right. All right.
Oh, rook takes c6, hits the bishop on g6 if he wanted it. Okay,
yeah.
It is this way. And
he'll go for the pass c pawn.
Bishop b6.
Bishop b6, c7.
That's a passer.
Yep.
Nice.
How do you get help for it? How do you help that pawn, right?
Knight c4, bishop c7, knight b2. Oh, but there's bishop
very
c3
nice.
check. No, he should
but
take
bishop 4 check. Is he missing it?
Yep. Knight
now
e3.
Knight. Oh no, but he gets out, and Levon is super frustrated.
I'm frustrated for him.
Man, he really let the tactics get away from him there.
Oh man. That's tough to see, because it was so close. Yep. It looked like Levon had that one.
And remember, everybody, the format of today's two events, the consolation match you're watching right now, as well as the championship, are in this new tennis format, as we've been jokingly calling it, but it is a game of sets. Game points add up. You have to get 6 games to win a set. Draws count for nothing. But the reason I'm bringing that up right now is because, remember, Levon has to win this set. The first
Yep.
consolation match is only a best of 3. So if Maxime wins this right here, it's over. He wins third place in the first ever Bullet Chess Championship.
Yeah, and Maxime is doing work right now, and he's looking like
Looking good.
he's looking like Jimmy Popeye Doyle with the French Connection out here because
Yeah,
everything's going right for him. And look at this rook on f5. What is that rook doing there?
that rook wandered way too far up the board, and that's a awkward position there.
Yeah, this is rough. I mean, Queen D2 hit that rook against Bishop G5 would have been the response, but I would just try to get
Now the bishop. I was going to say you could even play Bishop D2 there, but Queen to E3 grabs the E file.
Look at that rook; it's still alive.
Just how, right? How is it surviving? I don't know. Bishop can come to G4. Okay, Maxime finds it because now there's threats of G3. Oh, he doesn't go for that.
The rook is still alive. Let's go to C4 next, or take on A4. Rook takes A4. Trade
what in the world, right? It's like, how did that happen? Kudos to Levon, something you could never really get away with. Rook E8, and he blunders the queen.
As soon as you say kudos, his queen goes
off. Levon is he's on tactical tilt. And this is you're now in a must-win situation. You have got to turn things around. Right here, right now, down 3 games in the second set. It is the set that wins the match, right? So we're about to see game, set, match if Maxime runs away with this.
Full tilt.
Look at this. I love the attack, though.
Me too. I was saying before, you got to try something like this.
He's creative enough, right? He's a brilliant attacker in many ways, and so Aronian, I think, needs to embrace his inner bullet beast, right, and let it out of the bag.
Yep, knight h4. He should have went knight h4. Oh no, knight h4 hung the 92 with check. Never mind. But there are some
But I like your knight h4. It's coming at some point. If you take on e4 with the bishop and then knight h4, that's one way to do it.
How about king f1?
In fact, he does. I like that.
He missed bishop takes d2. Oh, king takes d2. Okay, so he had that.
No, I think this was good. He took, and now you can. Queen g4 check is coming. I like it.
This game is unreal.
Unreal. Take on c5. Just gobble. Oh, but he allows it. Why did Maxime allow it?
Because he figured he's winning the knight on h4.
But not so fast.
Oh
Look at this.
Gosh. Castle queenside.
Crazy.
Yes. This is an amazing game.
This is an amazing game right here. I mean, everybody's pinned. Get your pin emotes out, kids.
Oh, look at that countermate. Bishop takes f4 check.
That is so sick. That's the difference between an absolute pin and a relative pin. 92 check, everybody. After the queen took, bishop takes f4 was going to be a 2-bishop mate on the diagonal.
Honestly, that was one of the best games I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, I don't ever want to check a game like that with an engine because ignorance is bliss. I want to believe that was a perfect chess game by Black. That's what I want to believe.
Thrown right back into 1920.
Yeah, that was Paul Morphy just rolled over and said, "They need me. They're calling me back."
Yeah, so I mean, maybe even the 1870s or something. I don't know, but that was phenomenal stuff. And here we see this position where Levon is up a pawn as Black. Okay, now it's even, but the f5 pawn, I don't know how much longer that's going to last. Queen g5, take that pawn. Or nice move, rook h6. You can take the pawn. Oh, but g7 hangs at the end of this. Knight f7, shore up your king. And it's an even position on the terms of material, but knight f6 check scares me. Knight f6, knight g, draw at a minimum.
Knight f6 check, and then knight g8. You can tickle it out if you're into it. No.
Oh, queen takes f7. Oh, it's check. I thought queen takes f7. Queen takes f7. He hung it.
Yeah, it's a fork. Oh, but he gets g8.
Yeah.
So it's not over.
Wow, that was a weird
In fact, that kind of... Knight g5 will pick up the e4 pawn, but Black is still in this game.
Yeah, not for long. Rook g7 check.
Knight takes d6. Just laughing the...
Rook
F7. Knight h5, you have rook f7.
He missed knight e6 as rook f7 and knight g5 check.
Knight e6 and then knight g5 would have been winning.
Yeah.
Oh, and Levon resigns. Knight e6 was winning.
Yes. Oh,
he's just material. So apparently, even in the new tennis format, tilt can be a real thing because he's down 5-0, and I think that he's just beating himself in some of these games right now.
It's hard to hold serve.
Yep, it's match point right now. This is match point.
Yep, 95. Oh, okay. Or he's going for d5. He's going straight forward there. Okay, 95 is a good response. That way you can take there and take on d5. But watch out, take bishop c5. There it is. And now rook takes d5 is a huge threat, so he goes bishop e6. Take on e7.
Come on, Levon. Keep this match going. Keep the party started. Keep the party's been started. Just keep the party going.
Come on, Levon.
Right. Come on, Levon.
Don't go to knight f5. Okay, good. Because knight f5 hung queen g5 check. Now knight f5 is good.
Now queen f6, you can trade into the endgame and be better.
You are
right,
down a
but
pawn though. So knight g3, play for f5.
yeah, you have to.
Black should go f5.
Hope for a rook lift. Ooh, knight h5 also.
I
Okay,
thought
you can play
f5 first
h3 and
was
g4.
rook e5. Take over the squares. Rook e1.
Like
Knight
it,
f6
like it.
next.
This is
Knight f6.
Armenian chess school stuff here. This is a positional grind by Lev right now.
e4. I thought he was going to go b4 sacked. Oh, his knight got trapped.
Not only does the knight get trapped, but with it, the
g4. No,
match
king g6. It's
is
not
about
mate.
to be won.
Yeah.
Okay, Levon is keeping it going almost. Nope, but he resigns, and it's match point.
That's game.
That's it. That's match.
Match.
I don't even know what we do now besides tell the guys, like, could we just let them keep playing maybe? Let's just see if they keep playing forever.
Yeah, that's good for us,
Don't
right?
tell them it's over.
Yeah, nobody tell them it's over.
Don't tell them it's over. Thank you, Jake Loans, for the subscription there.
How's
giving us your
Farm
Twitch
treating
Prime.
you, Jake Loans?
The match is over, but we're gonna let them keep playing.
Yeah,
because what else do we have to do? We got like an hour till the Nakamura match starts.
An hour?
We totally can. I mean, at this point, if they're going to keep playing, I'm going to let them keep playing because they're much more entertaining on the board than me and Robert. But I'm with you. We will find a way to pass the time. We also have a lot of content prepared previewing the Nakamura and Bortnick match. So for those of you who are wondering what's going to happen over the next, I guess, 45 minutes before the championship takes place, don't worry. Don't worry, we got plenty of content coming your way. With that, though, we do officially have a winner. Maxime Vacher-Lagrave takes the consolation match by 2-0.
Yeah.
And that's it. And the game is aborted. And we have a match that is over. So that was really fast. Okay, well, good talk. Let's bring these guys on and get some interviews going.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a 60-second, bring our players on for quick interviews before we transition into full championship preview mode. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we are back here with the Bullet Chess Championship. The first match of the day is concluded with Maxime Vacher-Lagrave taking the 2-0 match. And I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. There's music playing from a random spot in the office here. Shout out to me. This was fun. Levon, we thought you were on the verge of winning several games. You actually seem to have played the better chess, especially in the first set. And some of those endgames you had, where you had the extra queen versus the rook and knight, and then rook and bishop. How difficult is it in a spot like that in Bullet, where all of a sudden the time is ticking away, even though you're winning on the board? And what is supposed to happen differently there? Maybe just a bunch of pre-move checks? I don't know.
Well, see, if yesterday I had an illusion that the lag was an issue that I've lost, today I could see everything myself. No, I don't have the practice, guys. I've never
Yeah.
played bullets, so I don't know how to do this pre-moving business.
Well,
And so that was one of the reasons why I lost against Maxim.
Maxime, what was your feeling about how the first set went? Do you feel like you kind of got out of dodge there, given that you were in some bad positions, but you managed to swindle your way to some victories on the clock in the first 6 games?
Yeah, a little bit. As I remember, when I was an addict to bullet, playing two pieces against a queen is quite a nightmare for the queen. So that's why I was happy to take these exchanges. But of course, objectively, it was not great. And yeah, the first set was real close because, of course, I guess my mouse was just the faster, and it helped me tremendously in the first set. And then in the second set, I even started to play better. So yeah.
Yeah, Maxime, in the first set especially, you were down on the clock probably like 5, 6 seconds early in the game. It would be like 42 seconds to 36 seconds in a couple games. But when it came down to the wire, your mouse speed was clearly quicker. So how do you kind of make that adjustment of when to use your time and then how to pick up the pace at the finish?
Well, at the finish, you just pick up the pace because you have like 10 seconds left and you have to go faster. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to compare my speed to those of the finalists today. But yeah, I used to have a lot of practice in bullet, and it still shows in those moments.
Levon, this was a lot of fun, and I know you had a blast. Maybe we were talking about. So, does this make you want to play a little more bullet, or are you going to keep with the strategy of look, like bullet's just not good for your chest, and you're not going to throw down an online bullet? Because I'm offering you some lessons. Do you want to take some bullet lessons from me?
Well, that's a very generous offer, considering the fact that maybe bullet is the only thing that you could teach me, and not just in chess.
That's right. That's right. But what do you think? You want to play some more bullet? I mean, like we can do this more often.
The thing is, I believe that bullet is fun, but there are so many other fun things
Right.
that can last longer than 1 minute. So,
Are you sure about that?
and since I play very little, you know my choice.
Danny, you still live over there?
Sorry, you got me with that one. Okay. All right.
Danny's crying. Danny's saying mango.
I'm not even sure what you're talking about, but yeah. Sometimes it doesn't have to be much longer than a minute to be fun, though.
Okay.
Anyway, that's true. That's true. There are certainly things that are better to do than play bullet chess with your time. But Levon, I mean, seriously though, like why don't you start like streaming on Twitch? People want to hear everything that's coming out of your mouth. I mean, what can we do to do this? I want I want to spend more time with you, Levon.
Wow. Well, now I'm getting concerned.
Yeah, exactly. No, this is a lot of fun. So do you know, Lev, that Maxime owes me a clean face? He owes me a shaving.
Wow.
Yeah, he does.
I do.
He doesn't do it for anybody, just to tell you. It's a very special.
It's a very special thing. That's right. So I think he should. I think the Maxime, like, what do you think? I mean, we've got some time here. You want to shave?
Right now, it's not possible right now. I mean,
Okay.
like,
All right. Fine.
but yeah. When can I? I mean, we should plan it, but here,
Yeah, we should.
In a hotel room, it's yeah.
You and I will meet in a hotel room.
We already have enough going around about hotel rooms and minutes like that. So.
Yeah. Well, Levon, what's up next for you in your chess schedule? You got a lot of fans here on watching the show, and where are you off to next?
To Karlsruhe, Baden-Baden.
Okay.
Same for me.
Something we, as the champions of Germany,
That's right.
Maxime and I, have to take part in and would like to take part in.
Well, the next event I think that will take place online will be the Speed Chess Championship, and I think it'll be exciting to see a different format again. We'll be back to the increment in terms of bullet, but Levon, now having played both, what do you think is more going to be more your game, the non-increment or back to the Speed Chess Championship 1-1 format?
I'm equally dreadful in increment or without, so it doesn't really matter. But to tell you the truth, I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's, of course, it's never fun to lose, but when it's fast, at least you don't get to suffer too much.
Right. Well, Maxime, other than us scheduling a time to help
That face, yeah.
that face look cleaner, I really don't have any other questions besides the fact you guys are both great. Thanks for being so much fun, and I don't know if I'm supposed to be better at this post-match interview
Danny,
thing,
I
but
have a
you
question.
guys make it easy. Go ahead.
Since we were just playing tennis, if the two of you had a combination of chess and tennis, kind of like chess boxing, who would win that match?
Probably Maxime. I mean, because Maxime plays tennis. Levon, do you play tennis?
But I'm waiting for Levon's.
Not really.
About him being better at chess. You have
But
to.
I have a question to Maxime.
Okay.
Have you considered plastic operation?
On which part of my body?
No, because you were talking about shaving, so I thought, you might as well just, just a suggestion, nothing intrusive.
Nobody knows where we're going with
Take
this.
the suggestion and put it back where it belongs.
Okay. Well, we're gonna. Am I gonna see you guys both at the Singfield Cup, Maxime? You'll be there, right?
Yes.
Because we have giant chess.
Suggestion: you can shave me there.
we have giant chess. We have giant chess that'll happen there, and maybe we can get Levon a little bit in some physical chess activity involved.
Yes.
Hey, Danny, I have a question.
Yep.
Is there going to be a Bughouse Chess Championship, and can we get Maxime and Levon playing? Who's the better
that is the
Bughouse?
one event that Levon, I know is. I mean, I don't even have to ask. I know you're ready to go when that happens, and we're getting there. Actually, I think the Bughouse Championship is going to be rolling out here pretty soon. So, who would you pick, Levon, to be your partner amongst all the world's elite, if and when we do the Bughouse Championship this year? Besides me.
We have a great team with Maxime, and I taught him, and he knows the strategy, so he would be a perfect partner.
Like Danny can teach you only bullets, you can teach me buggers. But you do
it. All right. Well,
I love this dynamic.
I love you guys. I really do. This is so much fun. All right. Well, I don't even know what else to say besides thank you for doing this. Maxime, congratulations today. Obviously taking third place. Levon, thank you for being here. We'll probably see you this year in a couple other online events. Hopefully, we'd love to have you in the Speed Chess Championship as well as a Bughouse event. But otherwise, Robert and I will take a brief break and come back with a little bit of championship preview content, everybody, so don't go anywhere. We have Hikaru Nakamura versus Alexander Bortnik coming up here in about 30 minutes. So Robert and I are going to dive into some of the games and preview what it might take for Bortnik to swindle his way to a victory over the one seed Hikaru Nakamura. But you guys are great. Maxime, we have a date for shaving and giant chess. All kinds of stuff's going to happen. Levon, you're invited if you're into it.
I don't want to, destroy this beautiful romance.
Levon and I will just go watch some basketball while you guys.
Yeah, you guys will keep yourselves busy. All right, well, you guys are great.
For some baseball.
No, I hate baseball. Don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. We'll make that'll be it. We'll make Robert watch baseball.
No.
Oh yeah.
All right,
That's
guys. Enjoy your team victory lap in Baden-Baden, and thanks for doing this. And we'll see you guys within a couple months. Best of luck to you with all your events this year.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a very, very brief break as soon as my producer gives me the go ahead. Robert, that was a ton of fun. Both the chess and the interview. I don't even know what to say. I gotta take a breath here. So let's come right back with some championship preview content. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We'll be right back. While it might be hard to top the entertainment that last interview afforded us, we're gonna bring on another guy who can be pretty exciting on camera with his hype and with his hair and his teddy bear. Where is the teddy bear anyway these days?
I don't even know.
You don't even know. We lost him, huh? Lost
Yeah.
him somewhere. Hammer, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good. I've had a bit of a week, Danny. I've had a
Yeah?
bit of a week. Yeah.
You
On
want to sit on my
Tuesday, we
couch and
played
tell me
the-
about it?
Yeah, on Tuesday we played the Pro Chess League with the Gnomes.
Yep.
And we got defeated by the evil Germans.
The evil Stockholm Snowballs.
Yeah.
No, they're
Yeah.
not Stockholm, Danny.
They're
Come on.
Baden-Baden
Still
now.
last year.
Wait, I thought Baden-Baden was the year before.
No, is Baden-Baden now? Haven't you not been to Pro Chess League the entire season?
Of course I have. It's like, why? Anyway, Hammer,
I think
how does
Georg and Inna moved. I think that's why.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, I mean, seriously though, Hammer. Obviously, we know that was a tough defeat. We know how much you care about the Pro Chess League and how much effort was put into building the team you had this year. Where do you feel that match got away from you guys?
Honestly, I don't really know. I don't really know. We were down 8-4 going into the last 4 games. So already there we've spoiled it too much. I was out playing their board 3 player and managed to lose the game, and that didn't feel very good to be honest with you. I feel like if we had won that game, we could have been 1 point closer. There was also the fact that Tuifedik, our 4th board player, he had a winning position against their board 1, Alexyenko. So we felt like we had like 3 different places where we lost instead of winning, and that really hurt us.
Gave away. Yeah, a lot of people remember that round 1 game where I'm trying to remember the player on board 1 who walked his king to f5 and somehow didn't get checkmated, right? That was
Yeah, it
definitely
was
a
a
tough
very
one.
very cool play from Alexyenko.
Yeah. Well, Hammer, as you look at the Pro Chess League finals and you have 4 teams, we know that we will see you there, right? You will be there
Yes.
competing in a special event on Thursday night for anybody looking for more reasons to come to San Francisco for the PCL finals. Jan Ludwig will be playing a tournament at the Mechanics Institute on Thursday night. But as you look at the 4 teams, play a little breakdown for me and Robert here. Give us some of your preview of how you feel.
Well, first you got to
they
give
stack
me
up.
some of the gossip, because you've been saying that Fabiano is coming.
Yes, he is.
Is
Is that
Wesley coming?
Is that publicly announced, Danny? Are you giving away lineup information?
Did I just say something I'm not supposed to say?
You
have no-
already said it on stream. Otherwise, I wouldn't
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah, I
But-
already said it yesterday.
But,
Yeah.
but are the pairings announced? Are you giving an unfair advantage?
No, the pairings aren't announced. Remember, the pairings aren't decided until we're about to go live, which is one of the most exciting things. We draw the lots, and the teams have no idea who they're playing until that moment.
Is that
So-
still the case?
It is still the case.
I have no idea. What do you mean? You think I
Why
read
wouldn't
the
it be the
rules?
case? That was awesome last year. We're going to do it again.
It is awesome, but I don't know. I saw the bracket and I thought that, that the brackets were done like that for a reason. It's March
No,
Madness.
the bracket is how they made their way in, but no teams know who they're playing in the Pro Chess League finals as of this moment.
Well, okay, you gave me the IM title in the scene here, so I'm just going to give you a lot of flack for everything. So, you demoted me for no
Well,
good reason.
Without me revealing any
I
more
don't want to
info.
be that guy, Danny, but as the manager of one of the teams in the league, I feel like I have to inform you that is contrary to what we have been informed
With what?
with the pairing. So good luck there.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, well, that'll be fun because here's my job. I make a mess, and then Greg and Nick have to clean it up. They're
Yes,
gonna clean it up.
I know that, but now
Yeah.
everyone knows that.
That's right. But okay, let's say these teams bring similar lineups to what you've seen all year. Like, who do you put as a favorite?
Our Armenian Eagles, I guess. I didn't have them as the favorite going into last year, but the performance they made in the final last year, and also how they have been bullying the Eastern Division
Yep.
in this Pro Chess League. At this point, I am Team Hikaru. Hikaru actually called that the Armenian Eagles were going to win last year, and I have joined the dark side.
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, did you just watch the Bullet Chess Championship? Obviously, the match that went down just now between Levon Aronian and Maxime Vacher-Lagrave, and assuming you did and are aware of the format that we're using right now, what are your thoughts on this new format? Clearly, it didn't make a difference for the stronger players. Still, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave and Bullet kind of dominated regardless. But what are your thoughts on this sort of tennis format we're trying
I
with the
think the
different
format
sets?
is favorable for the stronger player.
Okay.
Because in order to win a set, you really have to outperform the other guy over quite a few games. But also that holds true for the normal scoring system.
I just love how you came to that realization. I could hear it in
Yeah.
your voice. You were just like, maybe that's true no matter what.
Yeah, no, I think the strongest player is always going to be the favorite to win whenever you're having a competition. The format shouldn't really affect that. But yeah, MVL takes the win.
And we have Daryl Morey. Shout out to Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey there in the chat saying it does not favor the stronger player, which I definitely agree with. Has to favor.
He's a data guy, so he should know. Well, okay, and it's interesting. Hikaru actually said the same thing, that he felt not that it favored the stronger player. He agreed with Daryl that it does in theory give a better chance to the underdog, because they can break their I don't know, their momentum, their tempo into smaller chunks, preventing tilt, I guess, if the stronger player is just
I
playing
think
better.
that's the biggest thing, that is somehow it can stop tilts, which I think is one of the main ingredients of 1 minute chess.
Right.
Is that once you lose one game, you're very prone to lose another one, and once you lose 2 games in a row, you're extremely prone to lose another one.
Right.
And to some extent, I think anything that reduces tilt is also unfortunate. I understand that you want to have competitive matches and have the excitement going as long as possible. But at the same time, I feel like tilting is one of the main, if not the key ingredient to a 1 minute championship. So
I hear you. It's also a
reduces
skill.
Tilting, I'm not sure that necessarily has to be a good thing.
Right. I was going to say, you're right. It's also a skill to learn to avoid tilt, so we are trying to sort of set up a format that. But I think the overall pro, regardless of our debate on tilting or not, or how it may help the psychological, kind of emotional state of being for the players, I think one thing that is interesting about the format is that, in theory, which has never been the case with a counting down clock of a speed chess championship, where at certain points you're just mathematically eliminated from the battle. In theory, with this format, a comeback is always possible until the very last game, right? Which is something that is, I think, unique when you can have a format that provides that opportunity, right? Because I think.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point.
And so that does also allow us to sometimes maybe have a 6-hour show, which would be nuts, but it also says, hey, in theory, you're the only way you ever lose a match is by your own accord, right? Not against the clock, not against some other sort of insurmountable lead. But I want to pivot a little bit to your own Bullet, Hammer, because you also played very well this week. I mean, you did. You played extremely well both Wednesday and Thursday. You were in the thick of the qualifiers, and then ultimately took a spot in the Friday round robin where you chose to stream. And I want to ask you about that, because I personally think it was a huge mistake for you to stream, and I think that if you didn't, you may have had a chance to win the event. But why did you choose to do that over just playing the event as a regular competitor? Are you like Hansen? You thought you were supposed to stream?
I'm a streamer, Danny.
You're a streamer first. Okay,
I'm
I just wanted to ask.
the quality content. Honestly, I didn't really think I had a big chance to win. But as you were saying, the Wednesday qualifier, I almost won that qualifier when streaming. And
you were streaming on Wednesday?
Of course I was.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention, dude. Wow.
Danny, remember you said that Nerditsky and Hansen were the only streamers, and I was like, no, look, Hammer's also streaming, and he was streaming in front of a big crowd. I don't know if it helps.
Okay. Well, so I guess your argument is that you play better when streaming.
No, I don't think that's the case. But
okay.
I don't think I was much of a favorite to qualify regardless. And so I think it's very good content. But what does work for streaming is that when things are going well, I think it enhances your performance. And when things are going poorly, it rolls on. So I think regardless, kind of when I was doing well on Wednesday, I think it was a very good thing that I was streaming, because then
Okay.
I got to celebrate to my audience and I got to say, yes,
Right.
oh my God, did you guys see that? And I
Right.
got to pound my chest
Right.
properly. And I think that also helps your performance going forward. You can have tilts, but you can also have streaks. So I think as long as things are going well, streaming is excellent. When things are going poorly, streaming is bad because then you get depressed and you have a lot of people watching you. I think
Right.
if I did well, but didn't have kind of that, yes, let's go watch that. Come
Right.
on, guys.
Right.
I don't think I would do as well because I think that celebration also helps you going into the next couple of games. I think streaks and tilts are absolutely crucial to 1 minute chess.
Honestly, that's I really appreciate hearing that. For those, I saw some comments saying that I'm trolling you. It's actually not the case at all. We're all pretty good friends, and I legitimately ask Hammer questions like that because I think he gave a phenomenal answer. I wanted to know what you thought. I thought it was a mistake, but hearing your perspective actually is fascinating, and I couldn't agree more. Honestly, I think that especially as somebody who is obviously doing a great job on his channel, you're building a brand and you have followers, letting your fans see the insight, right? And like you said, you get to pound your chest and hang your head, right? Regardless of how it happens, you have company. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, okay. So, and I certainly I
David,
appreciate the answer.
sorry to interrupt there, but I mean,
Yep.
there's been a lot of talk about this in general, right? Like with Hikaru Nakamura winning the U.S. Championship, there was a lot of talk with Maurice, Ashley, and Yasser Seirawan about like, does he need to stop streaming and focus on his chess? And he honestly found that it motivates him, right? And I think as you were just saying, Hammer, that when you are playing for the fans, there's something very motivational about that, incentivizing. And so, like you said, not only is it just about pounding your chest, but just like you have a huge fan base that's actively rooting you on, and that can encourage you to even better results. I mean, I could be wrong. I think I would be worse streaming, but maybe some people just perform better with their fans behind their back.
Shout out to Daryl
Yeah,
Morley with the gifted subs there. Sorry, Hammer, go ahead. Just giving a Daryl a shout out. Go ahead.
yeah. No, I kind of agree. When I saw that Hikaru was streaming during the US Championship, I thought, what is this crazy guy doing? He's gonna lose so much concentration. He's gonna have so much, frustrations and so on, and he's spending all his energy on this. And then the guy goes ahead and wins the championship in style. And then you start second guessing everything you thought before.
But isn't it true that I mean, ultimately for players of the highest level who, clearly there's a ton of talent that all those guys bring. There's a ton of hard work for years, right? Since early childhood. These guys have so much chess knowledge that at a certain point I think you could argue that being in the right form and being in the right frame of mind is ultimately as important as a lot of the X's and O's. And so if streaming helps put somebody in the right frame of mind, to each his own, right? How could it be a bad thing for a professional to be not only simultaneously enjoying his game even more than he has in years, but also clearly feeling a little bit of support, right? He has a lot of people behind him in his channel. It's frankly become
Yeah.
the biggest chess channel on Twitch, second to this one. I
But
mean,
I
really.
think also Hikaru may have felt some of that similar to what I said about the qualifiers for the Bullet Championship. Because in the first qualifier on Wednesday, I did supremely well, and I think streaming helped me. On the second qualifier, I did really poorly. And then I didn't get a positive effect from the stream. It was more like neutral. And then in the third qualifier on Friday, I completely tilted. At some point, I think I made 2 points out of 10 or 12. And then I was genuinely very upset.
Right.
And I think this thing about it enhances your performance. There's something to it. I think if Hikaru had done poorly at the beginning of the US Championship, maybe the streaming wouldn't have been good for him. But as long as he kind of kept his as
Yeah,
long as he kept a good mood, then it kind of just enhances his.
well, as somebody who's and not to speak too transparently about it all, but yeah, somebody who knows Hikaru pretty well and considers him a friend. I mean, I know that streaming makes him happy. I know he enjoys it, and as somebody that is, from my opinion, one of the most talented players, along with Magnus Carlsen, I think Hikaru has always had the talent, and I don't think many people debate that to be among the best, maybe the best in the world. But the problem, sometimes happens where, are you happy? Are you enjoying things? And I think that if I would argue that being in the right frame of mind personally should be more important anyway than chess. And if it happens to make you play better chess, then, how could it be a bad thing, right?
Danny, I used to have this scorebook when I was a kid, to write all my games in, and it said happiness is a passed pawn. And I don't know, I was trying to think about what that meant, because I always wondered, like, what does that mean? Is that just like one of those like fortune cookies that means nothing? But I do genuinely believe, at least for me growing up, that I played my best chess when I was really like happy with other things that are going on in my life, rather than just studying chess nonstop. But I do feel, for example, that quality over quantity. It's about quality hours perfecting your craft rather than just doing quantity for the sake of quantity. And it can be like that with playing online and streaming on Twitch, where people say, oh, you're not doing anything to benefit yourself. Well, just enjoying the game is a huge benefit, right? In and of itself. Like, instead of just kind of going hour after hour deep into some variation that probably won't even happen in your current game, enjoying the chess, getting the feel for it, so that when you get to the board, you're ready to give 200% of your effort. I think that is probably the best preparation of all.
What do you think, Hammer? Do you want to sing Kumbaya?
I think Robert wants to do that.
No, I mean, I like it. Hey, we don't get deep that often, but I think we should. I mean, I think that, okay, there is a little bit of a difference at times between happiness and kind of fulfillment, right? Happiness can be externally based. It can be based on circumstances going our way, which
for sure,
which always makes us
agree with.
Which is dangerous, right? Because it can make you a victim to things that happen when it's not going your way. You're not happy. I think being at peace and being fulfilled is a little bit different than happy. But if it makes you happy to do something, and clearly it's bringing you maybe a different perspective and a sense of joy about something you've dedicated your entire life to, I think that may go a lot longer than people think. And I, for one, am excited to see whether Hikaru might be able to prove a lot of people wrong. I mean, if he continues to have a great year and is clearly building a stream, I mean, to me, he's already doing that, and I think it's interesting. I think either way, as people that you root for your friends and the people you love and like to be happy. But if it's going well as well on the board, I mean, buckle me up, sign me up, right? I'm gonna strap in and see where this thing takes us. So, right?
I agree that feeling good about yourself, that you're alive, that everything is going kind of well, I think that can make you play better chess. Yes. And then I'm not sure if chess itself can be the thing that makes you happy.
That's true. That's a very good point. Brick Baller Brand says he misses Aronian. It's true. We got real deep on this show real quick. Hammer brings that out in people, by the way. Just so you know, those who don't know Jan Ludwig, and like I know him, we've been discussing, the economic policies of Iceland since he was a little boy, and talking about Norwegian. Just kidding, Hammer. Anyway, that's an old school
Everyone
trolling.
knows that you're not capable of discussing economic policies.
Now I am trolling you. Okay, go back to Iceland. No, just kidding. Now I am trolling you, but I miss the days when I was taller than you, back when you were, when did I first meet you? What were you, like 13 at the Spice Cup?
I was 19.
I'm so old.
I was 19, Danny.
You weren't 19. You were like 15 or 16.
But I was very young when I met David Bruce. I met David in France when I was 16.
Okay. Anyway, well, Hammer brings that out in people. He'll also bring out a lot of fans to the PCL finals in San Francisco. So let's use that as a good note. Hammer, I want to tell you this, and we'll have you on the show, of course, when we're live in San Francisco, and give you an opportunity to talk about it. But overall, the Gnomes had an amazing season. And, again, I mean, the big elephant in the room is how would you guys fare without having Magnus Carlsen in your lineup for the first time since the Gnomes were formed? So Magnus obviously played in 2017 and 2018, and without having him in 2019, there were a lot of question marks. But you guys not only delivered, but had arguably your best season, I guess your second best season, right? Magnus in the first year helped you guys get to the finals, but seriously, it was amazing to watch, and shout out to you for creating that environment for the Gnomes and for that entire team there. So
thank you.
All right, well, everybody, we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we will be diving heavily back into the X's and O's. Robin and I have spent some time preparing content and talk to you about what we might expect to see on the board between Bortnik and Hikaru, we also have a bit of a gem. We will show you what happened the last time Hikaru and Bortnik played, and it might shock you to know not only the result of this game, but what happened between these two guys since that moment. So don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to go over the last time Bortnik and Hikaru played, do some preview. Hammer, thanks for being here, dude, and we will see you in San Francisco. And to all nearly 5,500 of you with us, whether you're at twitch.tv/chess, chess.com/TV, thank you for being here. The Bullet Chess Championship rolls on as we are getting set for the finals to take place between Grandmasters Hikaru Nakamura and Alexander Bortnik. And in order to preview that match, we did some homework today and dove behind the scenes. I think a big question for everybody, Robert, is what does Bortnik got to do to have a chance against Hikaru? And if he does those things, will some of those things actually maybe be a little menacing to Hikaru? On that note, we actually did a little research and said, as we would in any matchup, what's the history between these two guys? And I have something that might surprise the fans. Do you want to lead the way and take us through this game?
I'm a little scared to, Danny, because it hurts me. It pains me to see this. Because if you look through the first couple moves of the game, right, you see the E4, G6, typical modern defense setup, right? D4, yep. Bishop G7, still we're in typical opening theory. Bishop H6. And
by
then
Bortnik.
That's where you grab your head. And you're just like, that must be the single, besides Queen H5,
right?
That's the single worst move on the board is Bishop H6. I can't think of a worse. Maybe Bishop A6 is similarly bad. But Bishop H6, and it's like, oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. But of course, you're anticipating the pre-move. So after A6, he took on G7, and that's when Hikaru Nakamura says, I hate you. We're never playing again.
And guess what happened after that game, fans? They have not played since. in this game where Bortnik pulled the Lafong and beat Hikaru with the replay, instant replay, going to let the moves play out on the board, Hikaru Nakamura resigned this position naturally and refused to continue playing a bullet match that had been going against Bortnik. And so from on the one hand, you totally understand, right? It's super frustrating, especially for grandmasters at that level. Be like, come on, dude. But it's also an indicator of some of the things that make bullet chess unique, right? You are always trying to take advantage of your opponent's pre-moves and anticipate opportunities to catch them in a swindle that is unique to a time scramble, unique to people pre-moving and in playing bullet chess. And on that note, we actually saw that yesterday, Robert. So we bring up the next game here between Alexander Grishuk and Bortnik in a match that, again, I had Grishuk winning this match, and I thought that he was the better player, and I think he was. But you got to give Bortnik credit for having the skill of knowing when those opportunities are there. In this position, the most natural next move to play, given that Grishuk had just played A7, is, of course, to get a queen. But Bortnik had already set up a scenario where his king was stalemated, and so he played the move bishop to b8. Of
Genius.
course, any other move's winning for Grishuk. Like, no debate, right? G7 is mate in 2, followed by a lady on G8, right? Of course, taking is checkmate in 1. But one move had already been pre-moved and likely on auto queen. Of course, the move A8 queen. And Bortnik, once again, had swindled his way to a victory in bullet chess. So let me ask you this before we move on from this point. We've now seen him completely pull the Lafong and really upset Hikaru to playing an absolute, nasty, no excuse for this sort of behavior, frowned upon in all 50 states, this sort of move, bishop to b8. But is there a skill there to anticipate those opportunities that Bortnik has?
There absolutely is, Danny. And this is the kind of most clear-cut example because it ends the game on the spot. But much more frequently, you see opponent take a pawn. When you know that someone's just shuffling their pieces back and forth, they'll take a pawn that's actually not on pre, so like the opponent can capture it back, but they don't have the time to. We saw Ali Reza Firouzja do that, where let's say there's a, I'm just trying to think of it. Even let's say the move A8 equals queen wasn't played. So you move this bishop to b8, knowing some other move was pre-moved, so your next move can be bishop takes pawn. And so like it's very frequent that you see situations like this occur. It is a skill. And okay, this is like the most, blatant example of a terrible pre-move gone wrong. But it happens much more frequently than people might think when it's a normal looking position, but both sides have 6 seconds left. So you put your rook attacking the other person's rook where they can take you for free, but they've already pre-moved some other move, and then you go and take their rook, right? So it is a skill. You need to time it correctly. Sometimes you just get fortunate, and other times it backfires. So it's, you make your own luck, they say, but I think Bortnik done a great job of emphasizing why this is a part of bullet chess.
But of course, on that note, Bortnik is not just a swindler, right? He also is a very strong chess player, and he's going to need both if he has any chance against Hikaru Nakamura. And on that note, we wanted to pull up a game here that he had yesterday where this may have been the final nail in MVL's coffin. Bortnik, despite being under pressure, as black here, and MVL's trying to launch an attack that might get frisky here if you give him another move. The knight's coming to h6, everybody, so if you make some sort of random move, this move hits f7, a double attack by the bishop and the knight. And if you take it, Maxim's attack immediately becomes very, very dangerous. But Bortnik, pausing appropriately, calculates very, very well. Bishop takes f5, and then knight h4, and suddenly you and I actually, I think Eric was with me then. Yeah, we were both just sort of surprised, like, oh, wait, yeah, actually the queen has to retreat. Black is going to win that pawn on f5. And then he went on to simply crush Maxim in this game. The knight came to d5, and after g6, and then the trick with e4, very, very quickly spotting the potential dynamics of a fork. And indeed, that emote went viral in the chat, and you had pieces falling, and Bortnik went on to win a game, really with absolutely no real difficulties here, and this game, I think, in many ways, was the final chance. There would be no more comeback after Bortnik crushed Maxim here and delivered mate on f2. So again, there's the swindles. We've seen it. We've seen the last game he played against Hikaru, but there's also some high quality chess. And one more example of that. We actually did our research and found this video where Alexander Bortnik actually held his own even against the world champion Magnus Carlsen that we're going to take a quick peek on and see the final moments of this game.
Has somewhat less time, but Magnus is visibly nervous, and still his rook is, struggles to find an open file. Still struggles to find an open file with his rook, while his opponent seems to play with a serious amount
double
of
attack
confidence.
On a4 and f7.
Well, it's a very annoying double attack. I'm sure Magnus has blundered this one. I don't even see a move for Boja. Rook f8. Now he's a piece down.
Knight for 3 pawns.
Yeah, it's 3 pawns, but those pawns, they are not connected pass pawns. So objectively, White's position is much better. Queen e3, queen d4. He might still save this one, but it's a very, very bad position now. King to g7, rook d5, rook to c8, a check on second rank. Yeah, that's good. Checks all the time. No, rook b1.
Magnus
keeping
does
the
barely
b pawn
save it, but it
protected.
does show that Bortnik is
Then it won't be that easy for White to hide the king now. King goes to f4,
Bortnik's up a knight here with 2 pawns, but at this end game, it's only White's game to win. But earlier on, it looked very shaky, and drawing Magnus is
Yeah.
an
Magnus
obvious
managed to
accomplishment.
save something similar
But-
against Hikaru Nakamura in
This is
classic matches
totally
not
different than the bullet we're about to
long
see with
ago.
that 2-second increment. Makes it
King
feel like this
G7
is
just
lasting
trying to
forever.
keep it as
People are like,
fortress.
take the time away.
Rook A4.
So funny.
Yeah, if the B7 pawn is
Bullet,
not
it's
here,
kind of
I
like
know the winning
bullet is kind of
method,
like
and maybe it
once
will
you
be
have
demonstrated by
Skittles,
Alexander
you're
Wolf.
like,
So you
don't
get-
give
I mean,
me
you take the B7
like some
pawn
sort of
first
like
all,
candy that has any
which
sort of
might
health
be not easy
benefits,
to do.
right?
Yeah,
Like this
And then
increment,
you
it's
are
like take it
supposed to
away from me.
sacrifice on F7 and take the pawn A.
right. Just like prolonging the game here, which is, all right. It
Keeping the
allows them to make
possibility
better
to play
moves for
F6
sure.
if,
And ultimately, I think
will
they're going to
be-
repeat right here.
if the chance will be given.
And all right,
What he's doing?
Rook D6. He's trying to control the seconds.
Ooh, that's a
sixth rank,
nervous
but it is
Magnus
very,
there.
very logical. A check from here.
all right. Well, we'll let it play out
D7.
here.
Now White can
Keep
Black
waiting for
can
the game to end in a
compete.
draw. Bortnick showing that he
96
doesn't really
is
have
an
any
option.
threats.
That's
Magnus
interesting,
keeps preventing this
because
move
96
96
would have
check,
been
which is
really
key.
annoying. Rook here, king f8, king to d5. The feeling is like
Those two commentators
No,
looking
F6.
real stoic. I'm not gonna lie.
F6.
Yeah, I haven't seen the move. I thought that it was frozen, but
The opposite of me and you.
yeah, we're
The
me and Mo-
Hessgasm
White is
emote
on
can't be born if you
4
sit
seconds.
still.
4 seconds only for White.
Five
That's
already.
true.
White is bringing
I
the
try
knight
my
to
best,
f5, and then it's
but when I don't
check
succeed-
and rook
You try again.
f4.
Hashtag Aaliyah.
Checks,
I was gonna say you
here
get what you
it's
want
always gonna be
and what you
checks.
need.
Hey,
Checks.
that's true.
And when I feel tired, I can't sleep.
Just
Knight f3.
Are we
now
doing
he
this right now?
can- Well, actually, I think
I just
he
want you
goes
to
back
try to
b5,
fix me.
Right, you don't want to move the pawn because then white rook is
No?
playing b7 and
I'll
attacks
fix you,
both
Chris Martin,
b4 and
as soon as you
f7,
fix your
so
relationship
white will have
status.
Whoa.
Stop-
he
stop
was
making
about
bad
to
decisions.
Yeah, he
check
could
That
be
feels
playing
harsh.
because of
Wait,
his
why didn't that knight go to
b6.
e5? Wasn't knight e5 winning in that
We had
position?
this
Yes, it
position
There is
was.
no
right
knight
now.
e5.
Told you,
No, he
his
just went
opponent
knight
is a
d4
very
instead of knight
good
e5. A
player.
couple. I mean, maybe I'm on a little delay
still-
here, but
No, but I think the rook still had
Magnus is safe.
the rook was on
F5. Was the rook on
b5.
F1 there?
No,
Knight
man, he had it.
b4, I think it might be already like
Well, there you go.
threefold repetition, but
If Magnus plays bishop, rook b6.
check. King to e5, check from b5. Now the king has to go back.
Nothing
Knight
to it.
d4.
So
Rook
at least we know
b6.
that while he
I
may
think it was
rely
just
on a
even
lot of
just
pre-move
so
swindles,
would be one. That's something
he
new.
does
That's
he does
something
also
new.
try to
Check
win
here,
endgames
king
sometimes,
back
that
to
being
f4,
Bortnick.
another check. And rook to b1. That's, I'm sure, is a threefold repetition, but white will continue.
We are
trying.
5 minutes away from the Bullet Chess
Bishop
Championship
e4,
final,
now rook
everybody.
f5.
And there you go. Magnus
So now
finally
black
is
makes
going to pick
sure
up the
he
g-pawn or
exchanges the
force knight
last
f3
pawn
here.
because,
Indeed he does.
yeah, now he can play.
Man, this was a
f7,
long
f6,
video.
But
Yeah,
he
seriously.
decides not to because, yeah. But how do you make progress?
I had
with
enough
white
time
in
to
this
get my
position?
haircut
Black simply moves
that
his
I'm
king.
dying to
Yeah.
get
Or
for a
at
while.
least shave your
F8,
face.
D7, G8,
Hey, no,
whatever.
definitely don't have time for that.
Yeah, it doesn't look to be possible. Yeah, whenever you move the knight, yeah, it is a draw. It's just a
Can't
draw.
wait for this match, though.
Knight d4.
I'm
Once
excited.
again,
One
this-
last trick there
this
by
little
Bortnick. If you
trick.
take g5, there was knight e6 check with the
Once
fork.
again, the same little trick with knight e6 check. It was
The fork nick.
yeah,
Fork
it was
Nick,
better to
fork knight.
and now he
I
left
do
it
love your
for
Bortnick
f6. He
strong
goes
thing, by
for
the way.
f6.
It's really
That's
funny.
That's the only chance
Hey,
now.
Bortnick is strong.
Checks, after
Oh,
two
f6,
checks, the
trading
king
off that last pawn.
strength still dangerous for Magnus Carlsen, but his opponent
Indeed.
is on literally on seconds.
Look at him
so
living
he
off
has
the
to really
increment,
play
though.
very fast.
You see some of that blitz
F7.
skill slash bullet skill
Well,
really coming out.
well.
But now he's recovered there. He was down to a couple seconds. The increment brought him back.
Threats on. He doesn't want to give this G pawn, which is remarkable. Which is remarkable because.
Her
yeah,
co-commentator
that's
must
actually
have
the way
said
to
something
get
funny. I
into
missed
trouble,
it.
I guess. Still trying to protect.
I've
your
really.
pawn because
This has been a long
yeah,
video,
one day
honestly.
this rook might
Hey, I'm
be
getting a little bit of a break here off camera. We know the people are happy
96.
about that, so I'm going to let it ride out.
knight to
Yeah.
E6,
Right off into the sunset, my friend.
5.
Be like Jared Allen when he retired.
Well.
By the way, did anyone in the chat watch the Final Four games
This
yesterday?
game will continue. It's already moved number 100.
Now that you gave me a break to talk about
I
basketball,
know,
Can't
and he
check.
just offered
this
a
is
draw
dangerous. You open the door.
for Magnus Carlsen.
You open the
After
door.
3 in a row, he was unable to win against Alexander.
Uh-oh, we got GM John Davis
Should be very
loving
happy with
Texas
the
Tech. We got some
overall
UVA,
result. Now
baby.
checking the boards, it's a draw for Vasilya Graf.
Hey,
It's
UVA got
draw.
pretty fortunate.
And
Can't
Karol
deny that.
managed to
That
win
double
the
dribble
third
that everybody
four
Wins
with,
on board.
should have noted there.
Yes.
Georg Maier.
And there you go. Oh, and we have our players here, just like that. All
Oh, we
right,
do?
we've got
What-
one of them on camera, Hikaru Nakamura. We've got Bortnick still rocking the Armenian nightclub look, We'll check on the status of that. But either way, the Bullet Chess Championship getting underway. So that was a lot of fun, right? We've set the tone. Obviously, I think that Hikaru Nakamura's reputation and success kind of speaks for itself, and we know that he is indeed the heavy favorite in this match, as it should be considered. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the new format with the sets situation in terms of whether that helps the underdog, being Bortnik, or ultimately makes no difference, as we saw Maxime Vachier-Lagrave be the favorite against Levon Aronian and do exactly what he was supposed to do.
I'm going to be honest with you, Danny.
Yep.
I don't think there is any helping the underdog in this case. When Hikaru Nakamura is the favorite, you have no chance. Either he beats himself or he's just going to beat you.
Hey.
Do we get to remind Hikaru, ask Daryl Morey, about his last game against Bortnik, the one that caused him to stop playing against him?
If Hikaru wins the match, we're going to remind him of that for sure, right? If he somehow does, as you said, beat himself and lose this one, I don't know that that's going to be a topic that we broach, but we'll see how the players are engaging with us after the show. Of course, everybody stick around. There are 6,500 of you with us, as there should be, because guess what? The hype is real. The Bullet Chess Championship Finals is about to get underway. It's all led us to this. As we said, two completely different paths here by these guys to get in this spot. One player being seeded as the 1 seed, the unofficial best player in the world at Bullet, maybe about to make that official. The other guy played in every single event we've had since April 3rd to this moment, and now he's got the hardest task of all, to play Hikaru Nakamura in a match. And in about 60 seconds here, the match will get underway. Give us your hype. Give us your love. Give us that Hessgasm, new emote. Robert's going to be cutting his hair and shaving his face after this match, so this is your last chance to see what you got on camera here.
Yeah, it's the last chance. It's true. It's 100% true. This beard is going away. This hair is being cut. Cannot wait for it. So give everybody get hyped, because I'm hyped. And we see Bortnik on camera here. He just got this webcam because he didn't have one. Honestly, it's a pretty good camera. Oh,
It looks like a great camera. Also looks like nice choice with the curtains there. I like the style. The drapes seem to match probably the carpet. I don't know what's going on the floor, but we'll see. And we've got Bortnik sitting down and ready to rock. You ready? I'm ready.
This
thing's about to get underway. Here we go.
I'm ready. Let's
go.
I'm so pumped, Danny. I'm so excited. How many games to win a set? It's 6 games like tennis. All right, we got E3 by Hikaru. He just played.
That's how you start things off. And again, remember, everybody, this is a format that is broken up into chunks. We have a best of 5, so it takes 3 sets to win. Winning a game gets you a game point. 6 points are required to win the set, and set has to be won by 2 games or more.
Already too slow, Danny. 7 seconds ahead is Hikaru right now. Black is doing quite solidly right now, or looks worse if he moves there. Knight b4. Played knight b4, try to get c5. And okay, knight d8, same idea. Knight e6, play for c5. And so Bortnik has done well. His position looked worse a couple moves ago. He's gotten rid of his backwards pawn, but right now it's all Hikaru on the clock. I would go knight e4 or knight g5. At some point, I want to take that bishop on f3. This move looks like it just loses a pawn. Now, if you take that pawn, you can't take back because rook to d1 pins the bishop. So he's thinking, but he's spending too much time here.
And this is a storyline we highlighted yesterday, that Bortnik did consistently get down on the clock against people, but found his swindle game when it mattered most. The issue is, can you have a swindle game against Hikaru, right?
97 coming. Yeah, I don't think you can. But look at this bishop on c3. Very strong piece here.
Very, very strong. Nice position.
Yep. And look at this d pawn now. So instead of black has the double f pawns isolated. Look at rook h3. Nice move by Hikaru. Swing his rook to activity. But that was a nice find. Rook g5, f4.
F4, very nice by Hikaru. Now he'll gobble up the h pawn as soon as he's into it. First he puts the knight on f5. Here comes rook takes h5. Oh, no, he wants to prevent rook g2. Even better technique.
Here comes the rook anyway.
Probably not enough for Bortnik to do anything but lose on time here, though. I mean,
Wow,
are we about to see a 30-second?
Yeah, we are. And I don't have words for that. He's so fast.
That's a time dominance that is worth I hate those math conversions. You know me, Robert. I'm not a guy who even likes saying things like the bishop pair is worth, 7 points. I don't like those because I don't believe the direct comparisons are fair. But a 30-second time advantage is worth practically a rook.
Yes.
I mean, that's insanity. That's insanity.
What's queen h2 there?
I don't know what it is. He's gone in for full bullet mode with Bortnik.
But Yeah, but this is weird. Oh, bishop d6.
Bishop d6,
Nicely
a nice
spotted.
little skewer. Hikaru shakes his head. He's unhappy for missing that one, but finds
Yep.
knight g5. There's no mate on h7. Very nice. Whoa.
Take on
Creative
e4 though.
way.
Start winning some pawn. Oh, actually, I blundered mate on b2. So take on e4.
Yeah,
This
you
was
got to be
better.
careful with this knight. We got a battery poking here.
But here comes e4 at some moment.
Ooh, and Hikaru wants the battery. E3's falling with check. He didn't take it.
I don't know why he didn't take it.
Yeah,
but
I
that
think
was pawn
Hikaru
hanging
messed
with
that up.
So you don't want to go b3. That opens up the diagonal. So king b.
Oh,
my
Queen f6.
gosh!
Oh, he
That's
does
scary.
it. Oh, Hikaru's not going to let him take that one back, right?
Although look at him go. Just rook d3, king d2. It's safe. Knight e4. Oh, watch out for
Oh,
queen b2.
rook takes d3's forced, but the queen will come in anyway. Yep, Hikaru does it.
Oh, f5. F5. They
F5
both
was winning a
missed it.
piece there.
They both missed it. In fact, white should have won
Hikaru
F5.
and Bortnik both missing the move F5, which would have forked the queen and knight, everybody.
So white's better here. Up a pawn. This f7 pawn is weak. Queen to d5. He's taking
White's
over this position.
White's also better from
Queen
a
h1,
bullet
queen h1,
point of view.
he
Queen
found
h1,
it.
it's going to be mate. No,
Oh,
Hikaru gets out barely.
Take on a5. He won a pawn though. And now
This
play
is-
queen. Ooh,
This
f5.
is where Bortnik does his best work, though, everybody. Despite being down on the clock, this is in swindle territory. We'll see if Bortnik can do it.
I don't think he can. It's too much time. It's too strong.
Not
an
enough
opponent.
time. In fact, as soon as Hikaru eliminates the knights, I'm going to call it. There will be no swindle. That's
Yeah.
what Hikaru is going to
Okay.
avoid all day if he wins this match.
Wow.
Look at the pre-move skill there. That was OP stuff, as the kids say. Shout out to all the kids or adults in Twitch chat or chess.com TV, because Hikaru OP stands for over pomegranate,
I
which
thought it
means
stood
you
for
now
original
prefer
poster.
berries. What?
I thought OP was original poster.
Original poster. I thought it was over pomegranate. When I go to Jamba Juice, I order OP. I'm over pomegranate. I want berries.
Got it. That's fair. And are you over the dark squares as well? Because black's taking all of
I've
them.
been over the dark squares for a long time, buddy.
Ooh, knight
But
b3.
Hikaru's not over the exchange loss. Oh, he finds rook takes c7. Does that hold?
No way.
No, it loses the rook. But that was still super
Wait,
creative
But the
defense
rook on
by
g5
Hikaru
is
there.
kind of trapped. If you went f4 and g3 and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but, and now who's better? Hikaru blunders the exchange, and he's still better.
Yeah, he's better in this thing. Well, that rook b1, rook b8, he wins the b6 pawn. But okay, this is
But
Hikaru's
okay,
game.
you can't lose this endgame.
No, he can't. And the time situation is going to be a huge factor.
He's
King
going to
E6,
play f4 and g3, put a bishop on the light
F6.
squares.
Oh, he had to stop bishop g4 check.
I know. I thought there was supposed to be like a mate if you trap the king on a light square with the light square bishop.
Take it and go rook
Oh,
d4. Rook d4.
d7, bishop e8. Hikaru's going to hold on. And maybe he'll just take h5. Yeah, he settles.
So this is Bortnik declined a draw, and now he came to agree to that draw. Whew.
Yeah. Hikaru making the polite decision there, I think, because he could have probably played for time given that he was up 7 seconds.
I think he respects Bortnik's speed enough to know that Bortnik would have held it anyway.
Yeah,
so
and I was going to say it's also very dangerous because the rook is probably the much easier thing to pre-move in that dynamic, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good
and
point.
Good point. I like what Bortnik's done in this game because he's made sure that there are no breaks for black, and so you can't go c6 with the knight hanging on b6. So if you're a card, you need to move that knight and then try for c6. But look at bishop g2 coming, then f3. Oh, look at that c7 pawn, Danny. Knight b5, rook c1.
I love it.
Take on c5 here. Just okay.
Well, you got to defend b3. If knight takes d5, you're going to punch e4 through. Ooh, he does it.
Yep.
Here comes the bishop poking at the rook on a1.
And that was a big blunder by Bortnik. He's blundering right now. But look at he's got a counter here. Castle king, knight f4. Knight
You
f4.
have queen g6 too if you want it at some point.
The a1 is hanging.
Okay, so he's won back some material, plus the white...
Queen c2 was nice. That was a nice move.
Forcing the kings off the board. Look at Bortnik speeding up. He knows his only real chance is to make sure he's not under that... He can't do what he was doing to some of his other opponents. Hikaru's just too fast in the scramble.
Yeah, and he's losing this one, but the knights are tricky. Knight f4, it hits h5. So you got to trade rooks now.
Very smart. Get the rooks off the board if you're Hikaru. Now you can work on the passed c pawn. I'm going to put the bishop on d3. Ooh, I thought he would.
Okay, he's
Instead takes a4. Nice move. That's going to be harsh. Hard to recover. You can't take because you win with the pin.
Man, Hikaru
flawless execution. Shao Kahn just came out and went flawless victory.
Whoa! And Bortnik shook his head, just like I can't.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
Wow.
Wow, that was just Hikaru going full puzzle rush mode. That was nuts.
Man. All right, so here we go. So we see Hikaru taking a typical setup, easy for him to play, quick moves, and this is sort of like what his last round game against Jeffrey Zhang was, where he There's some ideas with it. You're playing c5. Okay, the pawn was an f5 in that game, which Black actually wants to get a little bit more activity. But I listened to his Twitch commentary about that game, and it was really fascinating to hear his thoughts. And here, with the white pieces, Danny, he's going after the e7 pawn. He's taking over the dark squares. He'll play h4, h5, and try to get h6 in.
And
So
this becomes a position that is so hard to beat Bortnik because Hikaru, already up on the clock, is also in a position where the moves are easier for white. The queen is centralized. You can poke at pawns even if there's no concrete threat.
Oh boy, that's a weakening move.
Yeah,
Sure.
now you better watch out for the G-pawn. E-pawn and G-pawn, I got 2 of them to target.
But queen e6 was a nice defensive move there. Play rook a6 to d6. All right, I thought he should have.
Okay,
Check.
he's going to tuck the king
Queen
away,
G4,
but
queen-
does queen G4 do enough on rook? Oh, I thought rook E4 was coming, and it may come now.
But rook
Yep,
e4,
he
this
finds
queen.
it.
Oh, I was going to say queen d1, but the 2 pieces covering the square.
I'm on it.
The
In
queen's
fact,
trapped.
If you have to trade,
Oh,
Hikaru wants more.
He wants so
Hikaru
much.
hungry.
Rook c7,
Hikaru
rook
won't
b1.
win.
Play.
That's where we're at right now.
Okay.
Ooh, he's gonna trade, and the b2 rook is a prisoner to the b3 pawn. Rook c3, the flippin'
Precise technique.
technique, the flippin' technique. I can't even take it. He's so good. God, I couldn't find rook c3 with an hour on the clock.
Yes, you could, Danny.
I mean, that's a slight exaggeration, but as Dvoretsky's biggest disappointment, I'm just looking at that guy below me and, glad I'm not facing him right now.
It's okay. You're never mind. But here with black pieces, Hikaru doing his typical setup. He's got some weaknesses, the d6 pawn in particular, but g4 is too weakening for white. You're opening up your king side. So instead, we get a closed position where knights tend to be better than bishops, right? The bishop on b3 goes to a4 because it had no diagonal to work with. The knights come to a5 into c4. I'm telling you, white is not going to be happy in this game.
Yep. Whoa. Oh, it literally scared me.
What?
How did he get there? He's
What?
always watching, waiting, judging, knowing. Him and my wife are the only two that give me real stress dreams. Wow.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you want to say
Literally
that about your
scared
wife on
me.
air.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man.
F5. The Hikaru fear is real in my body. Like, that just proved it. If I was wearing a heart monitor, you would be like, he's not faking. He's not that good of an actor. Anxiety.
Well, Hikaru does that to people. It's not just you, Danny.
Look at that move, C4 though by Bortnik. He is for the first time I think truly equal on the clock in a position he can
Rook
actually
takes
hold.
d4, rook takes e7. What a setup.
Very nice swing. Oh, he sacks the exchange anyway.
Yeah, that was smart.
That
Freeing
was
the
very
bishop.
smart by Hikaru. He can hold with f6, bring the king up on the light squares.
And look at the clock situation. Extra 5
And again, it's
seconds.
a much easier position to play for Hikaru. His instincts are just unreal.
Yep, but he gave up. Unfortunately, he gave that d pawn. He didn't have to, but he
But
went
the pre-move game is OP, dog, over pomegranate.
I
Get
think
the
it's
mango next
on
time.
point. Is that your OP? Is that your meaning?
Is it on point or is it overpowered?
Dude, you're really a dad. I have no idea.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Take f3. Take that pawn. King G.
How about overused puns in my case? That's right.
He found it. He found
Okay,
the
he
draw.
finds a way to get out of it. Hikaru expresses a small amount of emotion there, biting his lower lip.
There goes the ambulance. Do you think this
Yep.
for Bortnik's chances? What do you think? It's still going. And when
It's,
there it is. You're going so slowly, ambulance. Move. You go quicker. Hopefully that means there's not a problem.
Look at the time advantage. If Hikaru started out slightly off yesterday against Fallujah, I feel like today he is slightly on, right?
Oh,
I
bishop
mean,
C3,
he is,
queen D2. Nice.
yeah, but C7 falls in the end. It's NBD,
In the end, it doesn't even matter, Danny.
right?
B5
That's
or
right.
D3 comes. Oh, wait. White's up a pawn.
Yep, that's what I mean. Like, it didn't even
Does
matter.
matter.
He got C7, and only Hikaru can win again, right? But don't you agree? It's like yesterday, the match with Fallujah being close almost woke him up. He destroyed Aronian, and right now it's hard to imagine anything but that because Hikaru is just a monster.
Rook F2. Hikaru's, I think
A
he's...
little irritated with how that got away from him, agreed.
Yep. Rook takes
You
D5,
can
rook
trade
takes
to the
D2.
draw. Draw endgame now. Yep,
Offering
and
the draw is
indeed they
interesting. I guess he's just trying to beat him over the board at this point.
Hikaru is trying to make sure Bortnik doesn't get a single victory here right now in the first set anyway.
All right, so playing quickly. Bortnik's, he's playing a little
Bortnik
more
has
quickly.
sped up. He really has. He's sped up. You got to give him credit for that. He also hasn't moved in the last 20 minutes. Somebody poke him. Okay, I guess I can see the eyes moving quickly, so there is a real
I see that
person there.
happening. I see the calculation happening.
Yeah.
All right, so whoa, he's sacked. That's smart. We talked that with Levon in that one game against Maxime. Sacking
Yep.
for the kingside attack makes your opponent use a lot of time, but Hikaru's still playing quickly. Oh,
Whoa.
falls.
Blunders E6. That might be the first big mistake we've seen Hikaru
E5.
make.
Go E5. Just push through.
E5 was just lights out. Now it's maybe. Oh, he should have done it still if you traded on F6.
Everything's hanging. Hikaru loses.
Okay,
for
so
the first
Hikaru
time.
can't defend anyway, but I'm not sure that was converted in the most accurate way, and there will be no goose egg, at least not in this first set. Bortnik finally gets on the board with a big, big win there.
Yeah, and Bortnik shows that he's not going to go down without a fight. In fact, he's had some decent positions thus far.
Yep.
Of course, Hikaru's outplaying him. That's what Hikaru does to you. But Bortnik has shown some real class here, and he's proving why he was not only deserving invitee to the qualifier round robin, then he made it to the finals here. He's showing his might, and he beat Maxime Vacher-Lagrave. He has nothing to hang his head about here. And I see Brad Pitt from Fight Club using the oh boy, because I am excited here. Watch out for kingside attack. E4, E6, Queen H6, mate. Do it. Honestly, E4, E6, and just Queen H6. It works. It works.
He's going to go for it. Hikaru just, right now he's torturing him on the dark squares, but watch for this punch through as Robert's been highlighting at some point. Now he's, he allowed it. You had to put the bishop or play E6 there if you were a Bortnik. That diagonal is going to come back to haunt you in the worst way.
Yep. And here goes
You
bishop
can never
D5.
take this A3 pawn because Hikaru will flip the script on the H8 square. This is just even bishop F6 here or bishop C5. Very nice.
Yeah, rook A7. I was going to say you can trade off rooks because the endgame is winning for white with the extra 2 pawns over there. And
the technique is OP. The time advantage is OP. Hikaru Nakamura is completely on point right now. This is awesome.
Yep. This is
He's going to go for a net that makes black have nightmares. You flip the rook to this side of the board, which forced rook to C6, but that's not the ideal position. And rook E7 to win the bishop. Bortnik, I can't believe it either, brother. I get it. Shakes his head like, what just happened there? Amazing. Shout out to all 7,100 of you with us. If you happen to be tuning into the chess channel for the first time, this is the Bullet Chess Championship. On Sunday, we have had a full week of qualifiers, amazing games, amazing matches. But this is it. This is the final match. Hikaru Nakamura and Bortnik competing for the title of Bullet Chess Champion here. So give us a follow before you go anywhere else. The biggest events in chess happen right here. Appreciate all the subs, all the bits, all the love we've been given all week, Robert. It's been real. I've felt it. And thank you for everybody. Thank you to everybody who's here.
Yeah. And look at this massive queenside for white, or at least it looked like a great queenside, but all of a sudden Hikaru closes it. And it says your A4 pawn is G4.
Ooh.
No way. This just opens up.
He's going for F6, but Hikaru is calculating like a stone cold killer. He's like, I don't even care about F6. Honey Badger chess. Oh, and who's going to get mate? Who's going to get mate?
He wins the bishop on C4. He mates on H1.
Oh, it just hurts. That might be the first set coming to a close. He wipes the tears from his eyes.
Whoa, chess
because
pay
the
with
pain
the
is
gifted
real.
subs.
Whoa!
20 gifted
OMGs
subs.
are snaps. OMGs are snaps. And 20 of you can now use that emote. OMGs are snaps. Chess pay, we love you. Thank you so much. And Hikaru Nakamura, oh my G's snaps, wins the first set. It's in the books. Hikaru shows that format being new, this is Chenis, this is Tess, this is whatever it is, Tess or Chenis. He is ready to rock, and the next set is already underway. The players are rolling through, and we have 20 gifted subs. Again, thank you so much, Chess Bay. Get those OMGs or snaps emotes out if you're a new sub. Show us the hype. That's how you thank somebody who gave you a gifted sub. You spam the chat with emotes ruthlessly for the rest of the show.
Hey, Danny, I have a question.
Yep.
Does this make you a Chentis? Because you're no? Okay.
I got an old Chenis injury coming back to get me though. I got an old Chenis elbow.
Oh no.
I got some Chenis elbow here on this table here.
I think Hikaru is giving Bortnik the people's elbow.
Hikaru is giving everybody fits. Shout out to Swindle Sticks for your Twitch Prime sub. We appreciate your Prime. We accept Prime. Oh, man. Hikaru is under the attack, but he's also up a piece. He sits up in his chair. We haven't seen Hikaru shift like that since 1987 when he joined this world. Thanks for being here, Hikaru. We appreciate
Honestly,
it.
That's, look at you having his birth year just in your head at all
I
times.
know his birth year and his birthday. What am I, not
December
Hikaru
9th,
fan?
right? December 9th?
That's right. Very good. You passed the
Whoa!
test.
Let's go. And I give you the
Queen
Ric
H3,
Flair.
watch out for it. Hikaru says,
H3.
I got you, Dan. I'm watching
Queen
that
H3
square.
check, Queen
Ooh, but he
E3.
gives up the draw the second time around. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gonna
because
shake
Queen.
his head. I don't think Hikaru wanted the draw.
Nope.
And Bortnick's going to take it. Yeah.
And a better start here for Bortnick.
Okay, well, the second set is underway. Remember, everybody, of the format today. Let me remind you that every set refreshes the score back to 0, and draws count for nothing. We have eliminated the draw from chess. Hashtag you're welcome, world. Did you watch the 2018 World Chess Championship and ask Robert and Danny for a solution? And what did we give you? We eliminated draws from the game by taking it out of the tennis format.
Yep. And it's I get it's like you said, it's the score. Nothing happens to the score. It just gives the players a clean slate. So it's 0-0
right.
in this second set here. And if you had to compare these players to tennis players, who would you compare them to? Like, who's Bortnick?
Hikaru Nakamura is definitely Djokovic, a bad boy, a badass, if I can say that. He's a bad boy. He's a badass, and he's very polarizing. People love Hikaru, and then some people don't like him. But you know what? Oh wow, Bortnick got a win there. If I had to compare Bortnick,
I don't know. Is he like he's Ukrainian, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't
who to
even
give
know.
Here. Maybe Alexander Dolgopolov. That's way too literal because his name's Alexander.
I think you just put a bunch of consonants together and let it roll out of your mouth. You take it back. That's not a real word.
Dolgopolov was really good like 5 years
just
ago.
kidding.
I mean, I like tennis a lot, so you don't get me started about this too. Anyway, back to the chess.
Yep.
So Alexander Bortnick is up a game here, and he breaks to the center very quickly. And this is good for Black. The E3 pawn is a weakness. Black's king is safer, despite the dark squares being a bit vulnerable there. And okay, Rook C7 comes in quickly. Here, Queen. Ooh, where's the Queen going?
Ooh,
Rook takes F7 is devastating.
It's overworked. Rook takes F7 is the next move.
Oh
it's
no!
Ouchtown. Population Bortnick.
Queen E6. Just play Queen E6.
Queen D8. No, Queen D8 prevents the Rook takes F7. Wow, what a pin. What a nice find.
Yeah,
but Hikaru renews it. He puts the queen on C5. Look for Rook takes F7, followed by Bishop takes D5. Discovering discoveries. We just discovered some discoveries, OMGs or snaps.
Oh, man.
Bishop takes D5 checks. Still good, maybe, but he's also got a whole lot of time on the clock here. And
whoa!
Rook to D7! It's sick! Bortnick shakes his head. How could you find that with only a few seconds?
That's unbelievable.
I don't know, but he does it all the time.
It's so frustrating. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Bortnick did win the first game in the second set, proving our format as a reason why we separated, because the format always allows that at the very least you will always have a chance to come back. And so Bortnick has a clean slate despite being down 1-0 in the set. But okay, now it's just even. Bortnick's got to just keep himself under control.
He's sacking. I know he's going to sack town in this game. Knight takes G6, Rook E6. Here it comes.
Rook takes G6, Rook takes E6, but where's the beef? Where's the beef?
Ooh, does Rook E7 work here?
We've run out of beef because the bishop on B3 is a prisoner to D5. That's the problem. You need more pieces.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work. How about you?
Oh, we just saw the Hikaru bobblehead for the first time today. Who's feeling good in that chair with the red wall? Hikaru's feeling good in that chair with the red wall. Look at that bobblehead.
Good. So let's see. Rook E6 comes.
Rook E6, knight to D7.
Can I take D5? I'm trying to sacrifice my knight. It's not working, so it goes knight E3.
Okay, he's going to play C3 and bring the bishop to C2, though. That's his only chance to get more pieces in the game.
Yeah, C3 here. Okay.
Yeah, well, okay, Hikaru's not going to allow it. Rook E4, he's gaining tempi like crazy, or knight E6. Rook takes G6, you can't do that.
There's no way that works.
Yeah, Hikaru doesn't agree either. I'm with you, buddy. Let's do it at the same time.
Yeah. What
give me the Hikaru H3 square. Yeah, the
Yeah,
bobblehead's coming out. Hikaru should get all of his victims a bobblehead of him for Christmas. If he has a heart, that's what he'll do. Bobblehead Hikaru for Christmas for everybody he beat in the Bullet Chess Championship.
That's just mean.
I'm sure his elf would do that. Hickey the elf. You know.
Hickey the elf. Where is Hickey the elf?
His cousin from the North Pole would probably get that for everybody. Get a bobblehead.
He's too good. He's too good. Okay, let's see if Bortnick can hold this one. Bishop A3, taking over all the dark squares. And C4, breaking in the center. And the C file opens for the rook to C1. Okay, Bishop D5. I like that decision. Bortnick.
All right.
It's so creepy.
It's so creepy. It's not even funny what we do here. All right, we've got the bishop coming to d4 at some point. The battery is real. g7 is a target. Bortnik removes the queen, but wait, there's more. Queen takes a7. He's just winning a pawn.
Okay, but look at the queen coming in. That bishop needs to remove.
Yeah, if you could just give up this pawn, right?
Yep.
But the chess.com bugs prevent you from taking it off the board.
And here comes the counterattack, but it's too slow.
I don't think he has enough. The a-pawn's running too fast.
Yep. It's the little a-pawn that could. And I don't see any sort of counter here for...
Look at that, rook b1, bringing in new pieces to the fun. The b8 square has been spied. It is accounted for, and it is real, right? One girl followed by another. Brittany did it again. Oops, she did it again on b8.
I'm not a girl.
Rook
not yet
b8,
a woman.
Rook b5,
come on, Danny.
rook b... That Peshka wasn't a girl, but not yet a woman, and didn't need to become one apparently. You know, because the game was over.
I'm pretty sure the next lyric is "All I Need Is Time," but I don't know those Britney Spears songs too well, so
we'll get a fact check on that. We'll get a fact check on Britney Spears lyrics.
Oh, this pawn! Wait, what's this pawn structure? I missed the entire opening thinking about Britney Spears' song and
driving the H pawn.
Yeah,
that was the opening. That was it.
Oh, F7. Hikaru's got to be careful here.
Tactics.
Hikaru
moved slightly. You can tell he missed it.
Yep. There's mate on d8, so he had to give up.
Shook his head. The piece couldn't be taken, everybody, because of rook d8. That was the tactic.
And here down goes e5, and once that goes rook e7, and he resigns. Wow, Bortnik showing some fight.
Yep, he does. That's the first time he's gotten 2 games in any set. He lost the first set 6-1. For those of you keeping track.
Some draws there, but draws. You know?
Yeah, the draws don't count, right?
Yep. So what to make of this?
Okay. Hikaru, whoa, bishop c4 is coming, and these light squares are a problem. Bueller.
Queen d6 is a double attack, but then knight goes to e6. So
yeah, but even if the queen falls, it's still a problem. So not good.
Ooh, bishop h6.
That's a creative way to solve it. Very nice by Bortnik.
You should rook f5, trying to trade the rooks in that square to fix his pawn structure.
And that fixes the structure.
King f7.
Really, actually, impressive defensive technique here by Bortnik. He's still worse if white can get d5 and Hikaru does it.
But now knight c6, he raises. Oh,
yeah, but rook g7's coming, and with it, the cookie crumbles.
Yeah,
here comes the g pawn.
He can't even go rook d8. It would have lost.
It's over.
No.
g7, rook h8. Bob's your uncle on g8.
Oh no!
Wow, he's good.
4-2.
This Hikaru guy.
Yeah,
I think the internet is here to stay for Hikaru.
He's all right.
He's all right.
I've seen worse players. Okay, This sacrifice again. It didn't work out the first time for Bortnik, but he's going for it again. He just needs to play quickly. Play with that quick attack. I don't know what his queen is doing over there on h2. Didn't seem useful. Knight d5 comes to tempo in the near future. I like knight d5 instead of knight f3, but okay.
Oh, but bishop e3. Shout out to Diamond member Ziggle who says he doesn't want a blowout because he loves the chess and loves the commentary. So if you're not rooting for Bortnik, you're in the wrong corner. Thank you, Diamond member Ziggle. We love you. Thanks for being here in the Chess TV chat.
Ziggle,
say what? Wait, it's Ziggle Day. The font's weird. Ziggle Day. Okay, my bad.
Well, okay, I was listening to you. My mistake. Never gonna happen again.
I want to start a chess school for kids who can't read good.
Oh, knight f2. He went g3.
Knight f2. He shakes his head. Hikaru's like, I'm not even happy with your play right now.
Yeah.
Well, me and Hikaru are looking in to start a chess school for kids who can't read good.
Oh, man.
I have trouble making out the blue on the thing. Thank you to Diamond member. Fix this as well. Any Hooters. Thanks to everybody.
Oh, man. This is tough to watch.
He's so good.
He's so good. You know why it's tough to watch? Because you've played Hikaru and Bullet before, right?
Yep.
You just know what it feels like.
Yep.
You're like, I've had a good position, and I'm down 27 seconds in the clock. Yep. Now the position's not good, but we've just been there.
Oh, man.
We feel for you. Mr. Bortnik, we feel for you.
You know who doesn't feel right now, though? Hikaru. He is a stone-cold robot killer, a sophisticated chess robot sent back through time to change the future for one lucky chess website. That's chess.com.
Well, you really strung it together on the fly because I could tell you were struggling, and you held it together.
But I kept it going. I had this ability to think of the next word I'm going to say while I'm saying this word. Like, guess which next word I'm going to say? Mango. Didn't see that coming, did you?
I'm just going to start calling you Junie Cortez.
E4, D5. It's happening. It's real. Item 9 exists. He just wins a piece.
Wait,
That's
but
why
D3. Oh, but he takes the
Oh,
knight.
he's going to get it back, but Knight takes it. Hikaru sees everything, and he shakes his head with it. Because he could trade on D1 and take with the bishop.
Yep.
He just doesn't lose anything.
Yeah, he's too good.
It's ridiculous.
He's too good.
I think we're going to have a small break after this one before we move on to the third and final set, assuming it is the final set at this point. But Hikaru, shame on you for being so good.
Queen G5 had a knight F3 check idea. So, he could have went for tricks. Sometimes you just got to go for tricks when you're in trouble. And
Knight F6, and he shakes his head. He gives us the duck lips, number 13. I'm not even happy with this. I'm going to take a quick break because I got to enjoy myself. And you're not going to go anywhere. I'm watching all 7,604 of you. I can see you through the camera. If you don't believe it, why does Zuckerberg have the tape on his laptop? Okay, I can see you. I'm watching you. You're not allowed to get up. These guys can take a break. You won't. But we will be right back with more Bullet Chess Championship in just a moment. I think they rematched each other. They were so anxious to get back at it. They started before we told them to go, but hey, that's cool. Let's do it. Welcome to the Bullet Chess Championship, all of you. Thank you for being here. Hikaru Nakamura currently leads 2-0, but there's always a chance for a comeback in the tennis format. Always a chance for tennis elbow as well, so watch it. Make sure you see a doctor if you start to get aches and pains. It feels very arthritic at first, but it's actually tennis elbow.
Yeah, and Bortnick is trying to use his elbow to get some room on the king side here. So H4. Oh, wait, that rook was
drive the. Oh, he doesn't.
But I
Harry
like
wanted to play
that
over
decision
here
by Nakamura to give up the rook to get the d pawn because all of a sudden tables have turned, and it's clear that black has decided to be preferred. You have space in the center. It's easier to play in a bullet. Oh, he hung a knight.
Ooh, he blundered a knight. Oh, wow. He goes, whoops.
Did he make a face? I didn't see
Yeah,
his
he did.
face.
He went.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He just legit missed it. Yeah.
He did the shocking, like, oh, no.
Right.
Oh, boy. Well, did you see when Hikaru, his primal screen, because he didn't get to, call it? Knight H3. Oh, Rook takes
Knight
B3.
H3 check was a threat. No, he's got a trade queen. He's probably going to
yeah.
throw in the towel on
All right,
this one.
Bornik,
No.
you got to hurry up here. Rookie one.
Bornik only has 17 seconds, so he won't. He won't throw in the towel.
Yeah,
But Bornik is known for the scramble. He likes his eggs scrambled, and he's going to
A5.
win it in time most of the time.
All right,
King
he's
F2, and then he just sacks.
No,
Very
I don't
nice.
like the decision.
You don't like it?
No, it takes too long to get over there. Look, he's not going to win this game. He's got no time.
Ridiculous. Hikaru's going to draw this game.
Take on A7. Take on A7. Hurry up. King
Yeah,
F6,
I mean,
take all the pawns.
The only chance is to pre-move it out. He's going to pre-move it out. No, he
got
gets
it.
it. He's
He
got
got
2
it.
seconds. Will he get the mate in time?
He'll mate him.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's got King of 2 and he's got the mate. Wow. That is amazing how quickly Bortnik can turn on the jets and just thruster that victory in the pre-move lane. It's like he moves over to the HOV lane and it's like
And
right
we got
pre-move
Hikaru
lane.
headshake number 16, I think.
Yeah? Was it?
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah, he
Look
was
at you reading up on your Danny Hikaru Wikipedia.
Yeah, it's you got to know it, right? The Wikipedia.
Yep.
And
Wikipedia.
all of a sudden, that rook on b6 is trapped, and bishop c7 would have won that rook. In fact, bishop c7 now still does.
Oh, he finds
Rook
it the
takes
second
b5
time
though.
around.
Rook takes b5.
And the bobblehead is back. What?
But look at this, rook b5. You have the light square control. So if you can get queen to g6, play bishop to h3.
Yeah, Bortnik has chances, especially if he drives the H pawn and gets the 2 knights involved. There will be an attack.
Oh man, knight h4. Okay, he went 8.
He wants H3 though. He probably could have even played it there.
Oh, he hung the rook. He hung his rook up
Hikaru
b4.
just hung the rook. Oh my God! 2 games of blunders for Hikaru back to back. Looks like he's lost his edge a little bit. Being up 2 sets, I guess will do that to you. But he's got to pull it together.
G5, bring your king to f5. Just play like this.
Yep.
And Hikaru still has winning chances here because the end game is favorable for white. But he's trying to, if the knights get traded, one pair of knights, and black can take over the light squares. So that's what Bornik's hoping for. And Bornik is not playing fast enough. He needs to play more quickly. Start trading pawns so that way you can hold the draw. Play
Only
next.
15 seconds, and he's going to put Hikaru in a position to win this game if he
G4.
doesn't speed up. You're right.
Oh man, just play G4.
God,
I want him to play
thirsty. Thank God I have a
G4.
non-branded sippy cup.
Take on D8. Take on H3. Play F4. Okay,
He should
play
be able
F4 next.
to draw though if he gets the pawns off now.
Take.
Bring the knight into F5.
He's going down a pawn though, and it should be a draw probably in classical chess, but
Yeah, but OTB is not to be had in bullet. You're right. Hikaru, he might milk out the victory.
yeah, he's got this. Whoa, what a decision
Well,
there.
that was just a bad decision, just in a lost king upon ending now, right?
There's no time. Wait, what? How did both sides queen? I turned away for a second to look at the chat.
I think
then both
Hikaru
sides-
lost the tempo there somewhere, but I'm going to be honest, I blacked out over the last 17 moves.
Oh man! So do you
that's
see
the
the
truth,
chat?
dude.
Liv Terra says, "Would love if Bornik did a Lafong the last game."
Would that be hilarious?
What if Hikaru just quit? Like he's about to win the match, and he
Yeah,
quit.
he's just like, I'm not playing this.
Okay, but right now this
So
is
funny.
the makings of a potential attack for white. The black bishop won f8.
Hammer confirms we miscalculated. The pawn ending should have been a draw, so.
We did.
Yep.
I disagree with Hammer. Whatever.
And you have the microphone and he doesn't.
Yeah.
Ah, Bornik's strong.
Yeah.
Bornik.
Look at the dark squares here. Knight goes to e4 to d6.
Yep, love it, love it. Highlight it. You talk it, I'll highlight it, baby, all night.
Uh-oh, he's breaking the pawn chain.
Yeah,
Break
he is.
free from
Bring that
the
king up
chain.
though. Get
But
in
no.
on that square.
He wants to go to d4. The king could have run to d4 in one move. It would have been
Oh,
great for
very
white, but
nice
now,
move, g5 though. I think.
Rook e5, d4. Take on. Oh, he can't take on c5.
Yeah, the d4, the d pawn's running,
Yep.
and
King
Hikaru
d3.
picks up h6.
Uh-oh.
That's why I like g5 because it separated the pawn chain and prevented Bornik from defending him.
Yeah, but I think the pawn is too advanced. So king g8 would have meant by rook h5.
Yeah, now you got to be careful if you're Hikaru. If this king gets in front, Hikaru could get mated.
Yep.
So Hikaru prevents that by holding the e file.
Oh, nice move there. So
Oh, is he gonna? He's all in. Oh, there was no rook b8. Oh my
scared
gosh.
me, man. You always scare me with that.
But wait, was there? And then king g7 and the f pawn.
Oh, you're and then G. Oh my gosh, you had a point.
I
You
have
had a
no
point.
idea, but probably it doesn't work because when am I ever right about calculation? I mean, but seriously, that looked super risky. Hikaru just winning and up on the clock. Bortnik pissed. He played the move Queen A7. The reason he shakes his head there, everybody, is that's a no-no in Queen endings, a crossfire check. Black was able to block the check and give a check at the same time.
And Hammer goes, Danny's right about this. Danny, you're so much better in bullet chess. I don't know what's happening.
Keep talking right now.
Yeah, you're just so good. You're so Hansel. Gosh.
It's so hot right now.
All right. Well, here, Bornik opting for the solid set. We saw Federico Ponta do this a lot yesterday, right? He played this sort of, excuse me.
Ooh, he takes F6. Is that a blunder? Had to be. There's no way you're happy about this. The structure's falling apart. Put a knight on F5 and talk about how you're happy to see me. I'm going to make the queen dance on G7. Here he comes. Here he comes.
The queen's not
put
dancing.
the knight there. There you go.
And
look at Bortnik shaking his head to that G4 square, but it's not going to matter.
The queen's not dancing, Danny. If she's dancing with another man.
But we're slow dancing in a burning room right now. This relationship.
Queen D4. Oh, 97.
97. He misses the fork. Oh, and he freaks out. And Bortnik freaks. Oh man, we're with you, dude. He's good, man. He's good. Hikaru looks like he's about to fall asleep on this match. He goes.
Oh man.
He goes.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Like licks his lips. It's hilarious. Oh man. I think the Bond Cloud might come out. Maybe we tell Hikaru he's not allowed to win the match unless he wins with the Bond Cloud in the last game. So the set will continue until he wins with the Bond Cloud.
Oh no, and now he's going to win this game too. Because Bornik went for a sacrificial line, down a pawn. Oh.
Yep.
Oh. The king is safe. It's about to castle. The pin on D4 is annoying. It's just extra material for Hikaru Nakamura.
Well, regardless of the result, everybody, we will have Hikaru Nakamura for a post-match interview. Alexander Bortnik may or may not be able to join us. Some language barrier issues there, and unfortunately, also some chess barrier issues right now between him and Hikaru as Hikaru wins again before I can even complete my sandwich here. But yeah, so stick around. Hikaru Nakamura will give us his thoughts on the event and where he goes from here in his bullet career.
There's nowhere to go but down, it feels like.
Yeah.
I mean, he can reach 3,300. That'd be pretty sweet.
That's true.
Queen
That's true.
Nice move. Take it over the dark squares. You take. Rook E7. There's knight takes B7. The knight in C6 is hanging. But even there's knight takes D4 intermezzo. So it was a complicated position, complicated line. Here, knight C3 goes to A4 to C5 or B6. Here's coming to C5 right away. Knight D7 is nice. You can't move your
double quickly on the
bishop
C5
A6.
here.
He blundered the pawn.
He should have.
Well, he took one of them. Didn't matter
which
which
the other pawn, but that allowed the knight to come into D3. So you might have been right. I think the A6 pawn was better. Bortnik plays B4. I think challenging the C file may have been the better play there while the rooks were disconnected, but he missed it.
Just the A pawn is weaker than the B pawn because the knight in D2 is so strong. Rook A2. Bring your rook to A2.
Or rook A2. Yeah, very nice. Yeah.
Now you can even just bring your king over, king F1, king E1.
Simplification killed the Bortnik. That's where he's going here. You can put the bishop on D1 to guard B3 or get the rooks off the board this way.
Compensation has been a Bortnik here, and it's just not going to happen for him. Rook D3, okay, that rook might even get trapped in there. Rook C1, trap the rook, then bishop to C2. Or rook C7, then bishop C2. Whoa!
Oh, but did he blunder? I guess he did.
He did, but actually he gets some compensation out of this. Put your bishop on E4. Bring your rook to the... Ooh! Rook C1, knight E4, rook takes E4. Bishop takes.
Finding some comp.
Yeah, but it's not enough. How many pawns is white up?
Hikaru's going to simplify it. And again, look at the clock.
Yeah, I didn't even look at the clock. I was looking at the board. Oh man. This is a struggle.
He's so fast.
It's just too real. It's too real. So this H6 technique is not working out for Bortnik, but he keeps going back to it because he's gaining space and some quick moves. But what's been happening is Black has been able to parry the threats and then go after the pawn later in the game. So look at this. It's like a French with your pawn on H6. And
this is match game right now. This is game, set, match, point right now, all in one.
You need to watch more tennis.
I knew that, but we don't have – never mind. We're going to figure out our terminology for future tennis/tennis matches. But it is game, set, match point right now.
And he's up 14 seconds on the clock. He's
And
up a pawn
completely
on the
crushing
board.
on the board.
Man.
Don't go anywhere, everybody. Hikaru Nakamura will be with us in the interview here in just a few moments. I'm just completely impressed, proud, flabbergasted. OMGs are snaps. I'm all shook
You're all
up.
shook up? Oh, I knew where you were going with that, Danny. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Bishop F6. Watch out for tactics here. Bortnick maybe gets this last game. Oh, no. Hikaru shakes his head and says, dude, I love you. But it's time to go back. It's time to go back to the lab. What are we going to do tomorrow? Try to beat Hikaru Nakamura at Bullet.
I just feel bad for Bortnick. Like, he's bright red. He's just frustrated because
it's over. Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, like he's a brilliant kid. Obviously a monster at Bullet, but this is a match that no man can stand at this point. And Hikaru Nakamura indeed has won the first ever Bullet Chess Championship. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. I've just been informed that we will actually have both players interview with a little bit of help from a face that you'll recognize in terms of translation. We're going to take our last and final break of the day, but I'm still watching all 7,462 of you with my evil dark web goggles. Sit right there. We'll be right back. And we are now rejoined by everybody here. We have the winner of the day, Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura, along with the the man who was right there with him all week and then fell here in the finals, Alexander Bortnik. Thank you, all of you, for being here with us in this post-event interview. So first, Hikaru, congratulations to you. And let me ask that we previewed the format yesterday and got your general thoughts on it then. Now, having played in our kind of unofficially dubbed Chenis format, what were your thoughts on it? Did you like the fact that draws didn't count toward the total score? If you would please, I'm going to ask this player to Alexander as well. What are your general feelings now, having played in the Chenis, the breaking down by game, set, and match format?
You want me to go first, or you want Alexander to go first?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Go.
so I mean, I guess first of all, I think if there is a mismatch, it definitely is going to favor the lower rated player without a doubt. So I think if there's a bit of a mismatch, if players aren't of the same caliber, then there's going to be quite a big difference. For me, it didn't really make it didn't matter. But I think, for example, if I played Ali Reza in this format or in the 30-minute format, I think it would have been extremely tight, and there would have been some luck depending on what the scores got to. Because I think if I played like Ali Reza or Magnus, you'd have a lot of matches where it's like 5-4 or 5-5 that it's really, really tight, and the match hinges on one or two games. So I don't know if that determines the better quality necessarily, as opposed to who plays better under the pressure. Now, you could say that's another way of looking at it, but for me, at least this time around, it didn't make a big difference. So I'm just happy to win.
Okay. Thank you. Alexander, do you mind relaying that question for Alexander, what he thought of the format? Did he enjoy it, and what his general thoughts on this new way of grouping games together in chess, and that draws didn't count? Did he like that part?
Александр, я, видимо, перевожу для вас, да, но хочется услышать ваши мысли по поводу формата, по поводу, как игралось, и по поводу того, вот той идеи, что как в теннисе сеты несколько по-другому, да, очки считаются, чем в обычных шахматных турнирах.
Да, ну это первое, это вообще необычно для меня. Никогда с таким не видел даже. Я только узнал об этом сегодня, в принципе. Что-то перепутал полуфинал, прочитал, оказывается, финал совсем другая система. Но я думаю, результат вряд ли бы поменялся. Потому что слишком быстро играет Хикару. Если я подстраиваюсь под скорость, то начинаю все зевать абсолютно. А если немножко думать и ходы пытаться делать, то сразу разница там 20 секунд. Надо еще много работать. Ну и плюс очень устал, потому что 3 дня подряд очень сильные соперники, плюс работа еще. И вот
Хорошо, так. Спасибо. Давайте попробую перевести. Well, Alexander is saying that he had no idea about the format, actually. He actually confused it with the semifinals rules, and he just found out just before the final about this set and points, but he's saying that Hikaru is too strong, too fast, and when he's trying to play as fast as Hikaru, he blunders, and when he's trying to think, he's below, on time, very fast. So there is a lot of time to work, and of course he got tired a bit more because he needed to play all the qualifiers and qualifications. So well, basically that's what he said.
Amazing. Thank you, Alexandra, and thank you, Alexander. So Hikaru, then on that note, you've been referred to several times throughout the day as too strong, too fast. The anti famous phrase known from Magnus Carlsen's video with his trainer, too weak, too slow. So let me ask you, would Magnus Carlsen have a chance against you in this format?
I think in this format, I think it's going to be close no matter what. I mean, seriously, I know people are making a big deal out of what I wrote yesterday in the chat, but I do think that in general, the two people who have a chance against me in any format, regardless, are going to be Magnus and Ali Reza Firouzja. I think both of them, regardless, are going to have a chance. I think actually, if we play a long match, it's going to come down to a bit of luck and who wins at critical moments, whether it's straight up points or whether it's in this tennis format. So I don't think I would say that I think I'm the favorite, but I don't think it's clear at all that I would beat either of them.
Alexander, would you mind asking Alexander who he would pick in a match of 1-0 between Hikaru Nakamura and Magnus Carlsen?
Александр, возможно, поняли вопрос.
Да,
Ставки. Кого бы поставили?
Каждый месяц проходит на Личес турнир, где играет Карлсон. Я, собственно, участвовал там тоже и играл и с Карлсоном, и с Хикару, но по скорости, конечно же, Хикару будет быстрее. по силе приблизительно равны, поэтому я бы поставил бы все-таки на Хикару.
Okay, well, the answer of Alexander, he does play in Lee chess some tournaments, and he did play against Carson. But in his point of view, he's saying that Hikaru is faster in terms of, well, chess-wise, they're approximately same level. So his bet would be on Hikaru in the match between Hikaru and Carlson.
Okay. Robert?
Wow. Yeah, there's just, I mean, Hikaru, you seem to get well ahead on the clock, which is typical for you. But did you have any specific strategy to stay a couple seconds ahead of Alexander, knowing that in the past couple matches, he did extremely well when it came down to the wire on the clock?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's one big difference between me and like Maxime, for example, which is because I did watch the match yesterday between Alexander and Maxime very closely. Which is that I think that in general, Alexander's just as good as pre-moving as I am, but I'm much better at the anticipation of his pre-moves than Maxime is. So like when Maxime was up to 10 seconds in the match, it seemed like Alexander was able to make all these pre-moves, gain the time, and Maxime was not anticipating, so he kept giving back the time advantage. And I think that was the big difference, is that unlike Maxime, I was very much able to anticipate the pre-moves and sort of see where they're coming from, simply because I'm so used to doing it as well. And I think that was the big difference, is that when I got up on time, I was still able to keep the time advantage because of that. So that I think was the big difference.
Shout out to Chesscom France, our French affiliate, who just rated us with that party of 191. Alexander, I have a question for Alexander that we previewed this match and showed some of the infamous swindles. I don't know how else to put it, where Alexander just seems to anticipate, as Hikaru just alluded to, very well pre-moving opportunities, ways to trick his opponent, ways to take advantage of their pre-moves. There was a very famous stalemate yesterday against Sasha Grishuk, and I'm wondering if you could ask him, does he feel like that he has a good sense for that, of when his opponent is pre-moving and how he takes advantage of that, and whether he thinks that's a skill that can be learned and practiced if you play a lot of bullet?
Ну, вопрос насчет предсказаний, да, что ли, хода. То есть упоминали ваш эндшпиль с Гришуком, где вы предугадали его ответ, да, ну и пад возник на доске. То есть насколько вы считаете, что вот это предугадывание ответа соперника в буллете очень важно? Вот Хикару отметил сейчас, что, как ему кажется, вот эта разница во времени у вас в матче именно из-за того, что он предугадывал ходы лучше. И это идет из опыта. Насколько вы согласны, что вот такое предугадывание, оно очень важно в партиях по минуте, и для этого надо сыграть очень много партий буллет?
Да, я полностью согласен, что предугадывать надо, но я как-то последние матчи с осторожностью играл и наперед ходы не ставил в дебюте и практически до самого конца, поэтому, так сказать, проседал по времени, было всегда меньше. Хотя даже если я предугадывал ход, но какая-то осторожность все равно была и не ставил наперед. А у Хикару еще пару шахматистов, очень выработанная эта система, конечно, постоянно угадывают ходы, даже взятие на проходе иногда ставят наперед. Бывали случаи, но да, тут я полностью согласен.
Well, Alexander totally agrees that it's very important to anticipate and to pre-move, right, sometimes. And, well, in this particular match, he was playing very cautiously and didn't really pre-move a lot of moves. And he agrees that, well, the strongest bullet players do anticipate moves very well. And but yeah, in this particular match, he didn't really rely on this anticipation and pre-move very much.
Got it. Well, we know that Hikaru has an amazing streaming channel, and if some of the nearly 7,000 of you didn't know that, go to twitch.tv/GMHikaru right now. We also have our guest here, Alexandra Kosteniuk, former Women's World Champion, competitor in the upcoming Women's Speed Chess Championship. Thank you, Alexandra. And you have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ChessQueen. But the natural next question is, now that Alexander got a fancy new webcam that we made him buy for this match, is he going to start streaming? Will you ask him that?
Александр,
Tell him we're
вопрос.
growing our audience in Russian and we can help him get started. We're ready.
Вопрос к вам насчет стримеров. Ну, упомянули, что Хикару часто стримит, много у него фолловеров и подписчиков. У меня есть свой канал, и вообще много шахматистов в последнее время стримят. А вот вас убедили купить новую камеру специально для этого турнира. Следует ли из этого, что можно ждать ждать от вас какие-то стримы или трансляции в ближайшее время?
Да, я год назад попробовал сделать это, я даже организовывал матчи, мы играли, но там не было так хорошего компьютера еще, ну как-то потом забылось, не знаю, как получится. А сегодня по поводу камеры полдня искал, потому что магазины, как оказалось, в воскресенье здесь не работают. Пришлось объездить всех друзей и взял у друга камеру под матч как раз, потому что не работала старая камера.
Но в планах есть открыть канал.
Ну, как бы канал есть, но пока времени особо нету. Да и с английским все-таки беда пока. Пока подучу, тогда, конечно, скорее всего, да. Спасибо.
Okay, well, Alexander saying that he actually did start his channel about a year ago, and he was trying to do some streams, so I mean, he has some intentions to continue. And about the webcam, actually, it was a very difficult task for him because it's Sunday, and apparently every shop was closed in the place where he is right now. So he spent a lot of time, and finally found a friend who had a webcam who lent it to him. So yeah, that was quite hard for him to solve these technical issues as usual. And he does hope to start streaming, but for that he hopes to improve his English, and then he will do it eventually.
Well, thank you for that. That was, and we really do appreciate him securing the webcam at the last moment. But I don't really have any other questions.
I do. Danny.
Go ahead.
Can I ask a question? Hikaru, do you remember the last game you played against Alexander before this match?
No, I mean I've heard about it, so obviously I'm aware of it. It doesn't surprise me. I was actually going to bring that up though. I was thinking that in general, if you're going to do thank you.
Thank you. I had to save the best for last.
Much appreciated. What I was going to say is I was thinking though in the set format you can't actually try that, because if you try it and it doesn't work, it's like you throw a game and you basically are toast. Like it's one game you can't do. But I was thinking in like an overall match, you could actually try stuff like that a bit more, because the game in an overall when it's game when every game counts, if it doesn't work but it works like 1 out of 2 even, or 1 out of 3, it might be worthwhile because you could tilt your opponent. Whereas in the set format you can't really try, because if it doesn't work, I mean psychologically you're just crushed. So it's interesting now that I think about it. But no, I didn't remember the game, but I mean he's tried it. I think Ali Reza has done it. Plenty of people have done it.
Well, I do have a follow-up question here about moves like that. Maybe not in the opening so much, but I remember watching Ali Reza play, and I don't remember if it was against you or in the qualifiers, but he would take a pawn that wasn't a free pawn, like he could just get his bishop captured, but because there's mutual time trouble, like how do you go about when to take a pawn or to put your rook on pre but attack the other person's rook? Like how do you time those decisions?
I mean, I don't really do that. I did it one time very famously against Eric Hansen a couple of weeks ago, and everyone I think has seen the clip of that, and it worked. But I was going to say, I don't really use that trick that often. I think the two people who are extremely good at that are Firouzja and Danya. They both like use that trick all the time against me, even in blitz, like when we get down 10 seconds. And Ali Reza did a bishop takes f2 against me yesterday.
Yes, that was what I was thinking about. Yeah.
It didn't work, but that's a trick and a skill that I don't really possess, so I can't comment in terms of like how to do it. But like if you want to know, like ask Ali Reza or Danny, because those guys are the guys who use that trick to max effect.
What I was going to ask about that is what do you think the biggest advantage of those tricks are? Obviously, it's only one game, even if it works. Are you kind of doing it because if it does work, then it's really kind of like, now it's pisses you off, right? Now it's like, is it more about the psychological potential to put your opponent on tilt than it is the fact that it may actually work? And maybe after Hikaru answers, maybe you could ask Alexander why he does it. Is he trying to put his opponents on tilt?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I think it's twofold. I think if you're down, let's say it's like 7 seconds against 5 seconds, for example, I will flat out say that I'm not faster than Ali Reza or Dan. So when they do that and then they can make like 3 moves very quickly, it's a bluff, but if it works, then you're anticipating, then at the end of the game, assuming it goes wrong for you, you are actually slightly on tilt. So it's sort of an odds thing. And I think, like I said, I don't really do it and I don't know how to do it, but I think definitely it can tilt your opponents for sure.
Александр, вопрос про вот эти ходы, я даже не знаю, как это на русском назвать, штучки типа слона 6, слон бьет g7, насколько часто вы так шутите в партиях и используете такие такие приемы и вообще смысл таких приемов, кроме того, что просто там выиграть, съесть фигуру или материал, насколько это выгодно, там, может быть, это дестабилизирует соперника. Да. Видимо, хотят услышать, почему вы не применили такой прием в сегодняшнем матче.
Не, во-первых, это как бы не совсем красиво так выигрывать. Вот в конце партии я еще понимаю, там действительно ты уверен, что соперник ходит наперед, ты все-таки играешь по минуте, ты не играешь в классику. Я смотрел комментарии, комментирую, что я грязно играл там в конце и тому подобное. Не соглашусь, потому что это как бы часть той самой минуты. А когда слона 6 играл, это обычно люди делают, когда много проигрывают подряд и начинают злиться, что у них не получается. И как бы на тебе, вот слона 6. Вот случай вот с Хикаро у нас такой был, что когда мы сыграли уже партии 90 подряд, и где-то большая разница в счете, где-то было 1-3 приблизительно. Я уже такой злой, уставший, я ему быстро слона 6 пошел, и удалось забрать слона на g7, и он начал мне писать что-то, сообщение по-английски. Но у меня тогда английский был еще хуже, и я пока пытался включить переводчик, перевести, что от меня хотят, меня уже забанили. Я когда перевел, вижу, что он написал, что давай мы играем по-джентльменски, без этих штучек, если ты сейчас отменишь, то продолжим дальше, а если нет, то я тебя забаню. Я не успел, получается, ничего сделать, и в итоге 1,5 года был в бане, но вот он в прошлом году разбанил, мы начали опять играть, так что такая смешная ситуация получилась, но, конечно, это так, очень редко употребляется, только когда злость. А других игроков тоже такое же.
Okay, well, about the story with Hikaru, actually, Alexander said that by the time he played Bishop h6, they already played like 90 games, and he was losing approximately 1-3. I mean, in every. So he was very tired and disappointed, and he decided to use this trick just out of, and it worked out, and Hikaru texted something to him, and while he was translating, Alexander, he tried to translate what Hikaru texted. Hikaru already banned Alexander. Well, he figured out that Hikaru offered him to play like a gentleman way with no such dirty tricks, and but since it took time for Alexander to translate what Hikaru actually wrote, he was banned for 1.5 years. But now everything is fine. And well, Alexander is saying that he doesn't use these tricks very often. Usually when he does play something like this, it's either when he's very tired and disappointed and lost already like previously 10 games in a row, or it's on the very last seconds, and well, that's a part of bullet chess, he believes.
Makes sense. So, Hikaru, you forgive him for the trick then? That's
yeah, but I mean, I don't do it, but people can definitely do it. I mean, without a doubt, people can do it. I mean, it's the most basic and most annoying trick to have to deal with, especially if you play Fianchetto systems, because every so often someone will try it. Ali Rez has done it many times, but it is part of the game. And I will say that during this match today, I was actually, you will see, I was not making my third and fourth pre-moves immediately. I was sort of waiting to make sure he didn't do it. But I thought, especially as we got towards the third set, it was a real possibility that he would.
Right. Well, to answer the questions, there's been some questions about this whole discussion about the trick, so I promise I'm not replaying it for any other reason than that. The trick, everybody, is that when you're anticipating your opponent to have already pre-moved this next move, a6, you would play a move
A6 or D6. A6 or D6.
Right.
I mean, anything but yes. Or knight F6.
Right, so you're anticipating that your opponent has pre-moved something, and there's a very good chance in Bullet that they do. They could pre-move A6, C6, D6, as Hikaru's saying, right? And so the point is Bishop H6 takes advantage of that pre-move and then wins on the spot with the move Bishop takes G7, where you're not only winning a piece, but likely the rook that follows, which is why the fianchetto is typically one of the most devastating ways to do this sort of pre-move trick. So, Bell Sub, I saw your comments a few minutes ago, was just waiting, and for anybody who didn't know, now you know. And if you didn't know how great Bullet Chess was, now you know that as well. Thank you, everybody that has been here. This has been amazing. Honestly, so much. I don't know that we've had this much fun in a week on chess.com in a very long time. Hikaru, congratulations. Again, Alexander, also congratulations to you for having an amazing week. Honestly, of everybody, you're the only person who can say you played in every event, the first ever Bullet Chess Championship, starting from Wednesday through Sunday. So thank you for doing that, and congratulations. Alexandra, I'll let you relay my congratulations, hopefully, and then we'll say goodbye.
Александр, поздравляют с отличным выступлением, и можно сказать, что с уверенностью, что вы единственный игрок, да, который с четверга по воскресенье во всех турнирах приняли участие. Так что еще раз поздравляю с хорошей неделей и желаю успеха.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you to both of our players again. Congratulations. Let's bring up our bracket one last time and remind everybody of how we got here as we say goodbye to our players as well as our guest translator. Thank you so much, Alexandra. And there you have it. Hikaru Nakamura wins the Bullet Chess Championship by a score of 3-0 in our set format. Well, this has been such a wild ride. We still have almost 6,000 people with us. It's been amazing. Thank you to everybody that is still here, as well as all of our mods, all of our subscribers. We had a lot of people subbing there in the last few moments, and we just didn't have a chance to say their names on screen, so thank you for that. Robert, I got nothing left in me, man. I got a Sunday at home right now. I'm thinking a little bit of grilling, a little bit of barbecue. I don't know what's on the docket yet, but I'm going to stop by the grocery store on the way home.
Some grilling and chilling for you?
Yeah, grill and chill.
You know what I'm thinking about?
What?
My haircut. I can't wait for it. It's been a long time coming.
You and me both.
I grew out the Grizzly Adams look just for this competition here, but it's time, right? You know, they say in A Star is Born, maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Maybe it's time to let all these dead ends die and just cut that all out. So
you can avoid split ends by using a very nutrient-rich shampoo, one that hydrates your hair and doesn't leave it dry and frizzled.
You know, I got those natural curls, baby.
That's right. You got that. You got Garnier Fructis coming out of your hair naturally, right?
Well, today was done purposely. Usually it's not. I just let it flow. Let it flow. I don't hold it back anymore. So I feel like I'm ready to do a whole nother show.
I know. This has been so much fun. Hikaru, thank you. Bortnik, thank you. Everybody, really, really appreciate you being here. All of our moderators, everybody that makes this possible. There's so many people behind the scenes. Simon, Nick, everybody who's working so hard. Shout out to Studio C. Let's get a shot one more time. We've actually got a guest here who's been spying over the shoulder of my man Aron, learning what he can. If we can get the Studio C on camera, not sure if we can. There you go. What's up, guys? Just working so hard over there. You're so cute. Hit that like. Do your thing. You do you.
Is he Dr. Pepper?
Hit the follow extension. Get it. Give him a follow. Our guy learning from Aron, Hawaii. Thank you to everybody that's here. We're gonna send things off. Whoever we're raiding and hosting, I don't know. I just work here and do what they tell me to do.
Is it Lawrence Trent versus Greg Shahadi time?
That's right.
Oh my gosh! Don't go anywhere because that's an epic matchup.
Epic matchup. One that. Well, I'm not even gonna predict a winner. Robert. Enjoy your Sunday afternoon. Peace, love, and happiness to all of you.
To you as well, my friend.
Until next time, peace out, everybody.
See ya.